Yo, welcome to Everybody Podcasts. I'm here with all the good friends of mine, Chad, Kristen, and Cody. So listen, I wanted to speak about something recently that just happened. Us three will know about it. Cody might be a little off distance, but he can listen. Vince McMahon is stepping down from CEO of WWE for some alleged misconduct.
Does
a hush investigation.
A hush pact.
Yeah, he was. Apparently, he paid hush money to somebody. $8.3 million.
Sounds like somebody owes him his money back.
He was. What I read is he was romantically involved with an employee.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of wrestlers that started coming out about how their relationship was, like Linda and Vince behind the scenes and shit. They were talking about how they were never really together. And
I haven't seen any of those. It was all for
TV.
I haven't seen any of those stories, but I would like to.
I mean, honestly, it's probably just, I don't know. It's probably wrestlers that weren't really.
The whole thing is just a work.
Yeah, right? Dude, it could be. You never know, though.
For real. That'd be something.
Well, the second you said something about Vince McMahon stepping down as CEO, the first thing I thought was, is this real or is this not?
Anytime something drastic like that happens in WWE, I'm like...
Yeah, and I wouldn't put it past,
I
wouldn't put it past a rich guy to give somebody hush money.
Well, yeah, he's probably done it so many times.
See, like, this whole investigation is billionaire shit.
But
so I kind of believe it.
For real, though, does he get his hush money back?
I don't know.
Is the hush money contractual? Is this like an NDA situation kind of hush money? Or is this something that...
I don't know.
So all done in private?
The board, the WWE board of directors or whatever, is investigating... I don't know, like if it's because like there is.
We don't know if it's exactly true.
There's like hush money settlements that's like you said, contractual and shit. If that was the case, then I feel people would overlook it, but maybe it was not. And Vince did some billionaire shit. It was like
sketchy.
Hey, Don't tell anybody.
I feel like he's always sketchy though. Like
this
is nothing new.
All rich people are sketchy.
Every time I hear it, I'm just like, wait, you're telling me a celebrity from the 80s abused their power to have sex with women? What?
Dude, when Sable sued the WWE for sexual harassment, it was just like your entire role was just to be sexually harassed. How are you signing a contract saying this is cool and then turning around and suing him? I don't get it.
I don't know what her role was, so I'm not sure.
She was just eye candy.
Yeah, she always wore.
She took off her shirt. She made out with Vince and like,
yeah,
Vince is for back in the 90s. He did some perverted motherfucking shit on TV. It was just crazy that.
And he's never hot. Even back in the day, nor is his son. So they should get paid really well.
They're fucking nerds for sure. They're fucking nerds.
For sure. They're total nerds. Another thing I wanted to bring up, this is more like I wanted to bring it up because some of us smoke. So Biden is
some of us.
We're all.
I mean, like cigarettes.
Hey, I think that's the
nicotine.
I said that's the first twin moment me and Chad had. I'm coming for your spot, Brad.
So Biden's proposing a bill that is gonna lower the nicotine in content in cigarettes.
You want to know what I think about? You want to know what I think about that?
To get people to a level to where people aren't getting addicted. And then the UK and New Zealand, they're talking about reducing every year upping the age of tobacco until it's just outlawed. Isn't that weird?
Fuck New Zealand. They locked people in their homes because they didn't get vaccinated. Well, I don't have any respect for their government.
I feel like like smoking tobacco is one of those freedoms that we should.
You want to know
like
what?
who cares if someone's so is addicted
I
to
drink a lot of
nicotine
Well, if you
alcohol.
think
and they
about
smoke cigarettes?
so many drug addicts rely on nicotine in cigarettes to not do drugs. Like that's what they tell
That's
people when
true.
they go to rehab. Like you like start smoking cigarettes when you have an urge, because at least you're not like doing something that's going to ruin your life.
But
Like
if
just
they-
smoke fucking
Yeah.
cigarettes.
If they legalized marijuana everywhere, I bet you less people would smoke less cigarettes.
I
Does that
think
make
they
sense?
would too.
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause if I smoke weed, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore.
smoke. Let's be real though. Smoking weed is an expensive habit, especially if you're buying.
I mean,
So is
cigarettes
cigarettes.
too.
They're
Yeah,
like $11
okay.
a pack. And
Yeah,
people
but
can
it's
smoke
still
a pack
cheaper.
a
It's
day.
still cheaper to smoke cigarettes than weed. So
No,
even
it
if weed
isn't.
was,
I don't
No,
believe
it
that.
isn't.
No.
Dude, if
I
you're
mean,
fucking-
for me it is.
if you're smoking a pack a day, that's $77 a week.
Yeah. Or
So
more.
you gotta think of some of these heavy smoke.
Well, like there's people that are
dude,
addicted to
like
smoking.
we
like every
had a
chance.
couple uncles that would smoke like 3 packs a day.
Okay,
Yeah,
I guess
2 packs
I
a day.
guess
Now you're up to fucking
That's what,
$150 a week.
20 cigarettes a pack.
Yeah.
I guess I don't look at it
So
like
what?
that.
So maybe
I only
we
go.
spend about the same.
I only go
Of course,
based
I
off
don't
from
really
what
spend 120 a week. I spend like 40.
I usually go based off from what Jerry smokes. That's kind of how I'm looking at it.
I mean,
Oh.
if I go really hard, like I'll.
But but when Jerry's not smoking a cigarette, she's hitting her vape.
Yeah.
So like,
I just mean like I feel like what I said was right. If weed was legalized, less people would smoke cigarettes.
Maybe.
I mean,
maybe
Not the majority, but
because
it would
like
lessen it a little bit.
Jerry has
I'm
all
sure
access to
nicotine-
weed, but she still smokes cigarettes. Like right at her favorite thing to do after smoking a blunt is smoke a cigarette.
I mean, that is a good time, yeah.
because I mean the nicotine high is a certain.
Well, it gives you more of a lightheaded rush kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that drug mixed with the THC, probably just, I don't know, settles that mood
okay, I was
to a
just
certain
kidding when I
point.
said
But
that.
the
It was a joke.
the lowering the nicotine in cigarettes, about that, I just feel like if they do that, then people who smoke are going to buy twice as much because they need more
So
nicotine.
what you're saying
to
is
reach-
Biden is working with big tobacco
That's what I'm seeing right
to get
now.
money. Big tobacco lobbied to Biden, was like, hey,
Let's lower the nicotine. We'll sell them for the same exact price.
see, you know what? What you just said is exactly what every CEO in big tobacco right now is saying. They're like, yes,
Yeah, because like I said, people
we're gonna
Biden.
buy twice as much, and we're gonna raise our prices.
They're gonna smoke twice as much and die more frequently.
What's Biden's name on Instagram? It's not Biden.
Joe Biden.
No.
POTUS or whatever. What's that stand for?
President of the United States.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like
Oh,
it's
duh.
almost like it's almost
I
like the
didn't know that.
government is terrible at making decisions.
Yeah. It's isn't it weird how like a bunch of people that come together can't make a simple decision about one thing?
It's.
I mean, maybe they should just make the decision to leave us all the fuck alone
Yeah, see, I
and
wouldn't
stop
mind.
telling us what the fucking do.
I wouldn't mind that.
Alcohol will always be
Libertarianism,
what they want us to
dude.
do.
Stop taxing me.
Liberty, that's what you want.
yeah.
Liberty.
Yo, do y'all remember Liberty Kids on PBS?
No.
Nope.
You remember Zoom?
Yeah, come on. it's
Yeah.
you, come on.
Yep.
But
Well, I watched that.
Liberty
show.
Kids was awesome, but never mind.
I don't know, like, what is it about?
It's about like Benjamin Franklin. It takes place in Philadelphia, and they like have a newspaper.
Yo, I do remember
Yeah.
that show. I know what you're talking.
I
know.
loved it.
That was on-
Family Guy parodied it, and so
Yeah.
did The Simpsons.
Yeah,
Like a
Really?
little tiny skit or whatever.
That's hilarious. I guess I never noticed.
okay. I do remember it.
I started watching Family Guy.
I never watched it that much. Let's say that.
I
Yeah,
did
same.
every day. It's
I'm
like
pretty
a daily,
sure-
like Arthur.
Arthur was an after day,
Cyber Chase.
after school thing.
I don't know what that is.
Math,
Math.
but
You
it was
watched
like cool,
a TV show about math.
kinda.
That's horrible.
So, but
I
it was
mean,
like
That's
we
not-
watched
doesn't
one
sound-
about science.
Yeah, but science is interesting. Math is not.
Yeah,
I mean, both kinda-
math sucks.
Both kind of cross
Liberty
paths.
Kids was just
a
that
lot.
you learn history.
I mean, history is cool to learn about.
Now that
Okay,
I listen to
my bad.
podcasts while I'm working, I listen to quite a few history podcasts. I think history is so interesting. And now to talk
I
about
agree.
another podcast on our podcast, if you guys haven't listened to the Shane Gillis Louis C.K. President series, Just check it out.
You know what?
It's pretty great.
I don't listen to podcasts.
I think someone just recently talked about that.
It was probably Cody.
No,
Yeah, probably.
maybe.
It was likely me.
I feel
I
like
bet you if we
I
go
feel
back,
like I heard it talked about on another podcast.
I bet you if we go
It's
back
our
to
podcast.
yeah,
You, like, listen
I've been
to our
trying to
episodes.
push it on everybody because I think it's really good. It's really interesting and entertaining.
I feel like I would like two comedians talking about the presidential stuff like that because they
fucking great,
they
dude.
probably crack jokes and stuff and probably like what the fuck was he thinking and shit like that.
I love drunk
Well,
history.
And they just talk. They only talk about the presidents as people. They don't really talk about policies or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
They just
okay.
talk about like their personalities and some of the things that they did that showed what some of the things that is like historically recorded that they did that shows the kind of people that they are.
I wonder how much time they put into
kind of like
finding all
which,
this information.
which
and where they
presidents owned
find it.
slaves.
Well,
and
it sounds like Louis C.K. Well, Shane Gillis was a history teacher.
So
and
he's a historian.
Not really a historian. I think you have to have a doctorate to be a historian.
Oh.
But Louis C.K., from the sounds of it, has just spent a lot of time like reading presidential biographies and just studying presidents. Like he said, he's been to a lot of the presidential libraries.
wow, if you want something to do, that's something to do.
So yeah, check out the fucking Louis C.K. Shane Gillis podcast
Hell yeah.
on the presidents. It's pretty
Yeah.
fucking great.
What Spotify, YouTube?
All of it.
Okay.
I
Wherever
don't
you
know
get
why.
your
Why am I
podcasts.
promoting their shit? It don't hurt me.
Do that for us too. Thanks.
We're fans.
Yeah.
We're
Do
that yeah, we're
listen to our podcast.
Oh shit. So what's up with that? Do you think the boycotting thing? Have you guys seen anything about that?
With boycotting what?
The boycotting the fuel thing, like don't buy gas from July
it's
3rd
not
to
gonna-
July
it's
5th.
Stupid.
How?
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
It's
I suppose
It's
not
4th
gonna
of July weekend, dude. Who the fuck's
it's
not
not
gonna
gonna
travel?
do anything.
Well, nobody's gonna do it for one.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's.
We
gonna do
can't
it.
unite for anything. I think we're going to unite to actually help us.
Man, you know what would be cool if everybody just didn't pay taxes one year, like everybody.
Fuck
Wouldn't
the
that be cool?
gas. Fuck boycotting the gas. Literally boycott everything.
Yeah.
Don't buy anything.
Then see what happens. That should be fucking insane.
I
For,
think there
like-
should be a day a week where where stores just aren't open. Like we should go back to. I know it was
Sunday.
it was a religious thing back then, but like I think every Sunday every store should just be closed.
Some
You
still
can't
are.
go. You can't buy gas. I mean, I'm saying
Like
everyone.
Every singles. Okay.
Every single store, like you can't buy food, you can't buy gas, you can't go to work for anything. Like you just everything is closed that day.
The shitty thing is with that is most jobs Monday through Friday, and if Saturday's the only day they could do that shopping.
No, he's saying Sunday though.
Yeah, I
You have
know, but
Saturday.
like you only have Saturday and Sunday off. What I'm saying.
Well, he's saying
But-
if you want to go do something like go grocery shopping,
Do
and
that
you wanted
Saturday.
now you have to do it on Saturday or after work.
Or after
sometime.
work. Don't be a bitch here.
Who wants to do stuff after?
Yeah, I
work?
know. I feel you on that.
I did when I didn't have to
I
like
mean,
drive extra. Like
I
when I was driving past the grocery store on my way home from Lowe's, that's when I would do it because then I'm like, now Saturday I don't have to leave my fucking house.
Yeah.
But now like I have to drive home. Like there's nowhere I can go that's not in the opposite direction after work now. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll just save it for my fucking day off, you know?
I'm so chill with doing things after work.
See, I don't.
You wait till you get 30, dude.
Well, it's like I said, I'm cool
I'm
with
like
doing things
28.
after work, but I'd like to leave from work to those things. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to have to come home because once I get home, then I'm just like, man, I
Yeah.
really don't want to leave my house now.
Yeah.
I mean, I notice
But,
when I
like,
do work, I
I know-
cancel on people a lot more.
I
But if
mean-
it's something I really want to do, like chill with you people or something, then I'm
Jerry and
Band
shopping,
practice.
I'll
I'm always
shop.
down for that, no matter
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
always down to shop. Like anything.
That sucks.
like go places and shop.
Yeah.
I'd rather just do it online.
I'm
Stay home and shop.
I like
it's easier.
going out and doing things. You guys don't.
I mean, I like going to events. I don't
Yeah.
like going shopping. I don't like going to the grocery store. I don't like going to get my car fixed. These aren't
I'm
events.
getting my car inspected
I
tomorrow.
want to go to a concert or a circus or a zoo.
Zoos make me sad.
Yeah, for real.
They are kind of
You know
sad,
what?
but animals are cool to look
Missy and
at.
I went up to Tanglewood, and I looked at the owls and the birds that were up there, and I'm like, sucks to be that owl.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah,
me,
it does.
it made me sad. Ow, dude. Not supposed to grab the hot part.
That was funny as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a discussion with Jordan about this once, about like the significance of zoos, because he was arguing that they're important for people to learn about the wildlife.
You can learn other ways.
Internet,
That's how I feel.
YouTube.
You don't
videos.
need to
Especially now that we do have the internet.
Yeah. It's a big thing.
Because you can't touch these animals to learn from them. You
Yeah.
just see them
It's
from a
just
distance.
You're just looking at them, and it's like, if anything, all a zoo did was teach me that you shouldn't put animals in cages like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I learned. And part of me is like, because he was talking about how like zoos help keep animals from becoming extinct, but part of me is like, let them become extinct if this is what their life is going to be, you know. Like, let them go extinct. Animals have gone extinct for millions of years. Like, every animal eventually goes fucking extinct. Why do we have this desire to stop that?
Because we need control of everything.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
we have to be like it. It's like we need that satisfaction to be like the human race saved another race. Like it. Let them
While
die.
they're living
Let tigers
miserably.
die. If there's only 3,000 tigers alive, let them die.
Dude.
Sorry, I like tigers. Tigers are fucking cool as shit.
Yeah,
but
they're gorgeous.
if they're gonna die, it's their time.
I
Hilarious.
actually just watched Animal Attacks on YouTube. Like today.
Yeah.
I watched
dude.
the tiger maul a man. When he said tiger, it
No,
just
fuck that.
it triggered it.
Did you see the
Dude, all the guy brought with him was an elephant hook because they knew the tiger was in the area. It was attacking livestock, so they were trying to capture it, tranquilize it, and then like take it out
Relocate?
farther and relocate it. But the guy didn't. He was riding on the back of a Jeep, and he only had an elephant hook in his hand. The tiger literally just ran out of the bushes from nowhere, jumped like a movie style fucking, and just
Sick.
mauled the motherfucker. It was pretty sick.
Wait, is that the one? Because I just watched one that would sound similar to that, but I thought the guy was on the back of an elephant, and he
Maybe that was it. Maybe it
because
wasn't.
it jumps up because
Yo,
it doesn't pull him off, right?
Because
It just
no,
fucks
no.
up his like you see his arms all it like fucks up his
Yeah,
arm.
dude. Because the
might
guy
have been on
the
Jeep, I don't
guy
know.
in the video said this lion's got balls to jump at an elephant like that.
So
Yeah, he
So
was
it was
riding on the
totally
back
an
of an
elephant.
elephant. Yeah, that video was fucking wild because you don't see the tiger until it's out of the
Yeah.
fucking weeds.
It's
like
fu-
it's like
it's-
nothing. You're like, what am I
Alright,
watching here? Then
send-
out of
send the
nowhere, a
link.
tiger's just
I
like,
will. It's like
Send
a,
the link.
This is why we need a fucking monitor in
Yeah,
here. We
for
gotta
real.
just bring it
dude.
up.
they
That would be
should have taken the Trailer Park Boys approach to catch the tiger.
dude. I
Get
watched.
high.
Yeah, put weed out there for the tiger to eat. And
See,
then
I
get
didn't
the-
watch that episode of the Trailer Park Boys, but I could have guessed
Yeah.
what they were gonna do.
Bubbles like they
Dude.
put weed. He like gets in the field and like gets really high.
Eats
and
all
then
their plants and
So
shit.
have you guys? I've never actually made it through all the seasons of Trailer Park Boys.
This is a good.
I
this is
love
good
it.
shit. I like it.
I've only watched.
It's so
season
stupid. but I
One,
like it.
1 and 2 are the. I've only.
Like Ricky's like, it doesn't take rocket appliances.
I just fall out of shows really easy.
Every time I see a helicopter now, I call it a helicocksucker.
I love that show, man.
It's pretty great.
Until
I never
they, like, got
finished it.
merch.
I got kind of like over their thing. Like it was really funny at first, but every episode was just like, okay, Ricky's gonna say something stupid and just say a bunch of stupid shit. They're gonna get into some kind of scheme, and eventually they're gonna end up in jail. Okay,
Every
I was
season.
like, yeah. I just got over it eventually.
Every season, the first episodes, they're getting out of jail, and then Julian has this whole thing how he wants to get all this money that involves weed. Ricky fucks it up somehow with Corey and Trevor. Then they go in jail. That's the last episode, and Bubbles like has to like fend for himself for that time.
Yeah,
Then the next
stealing
season-
shopping carts.
Yep.
or
And-
refurbishing
Yes.
broken shopping carts.
reselling them bitches.
And Julian's just gonna say like, "We're gonna go clean. We want to go clean, but we got to do all this illegal shit to get the money,
Yeah.
so then we can go clean."
But it's
They're always
so
talking about-
good.
Like they always come up with a crime, and they always talk about like, couple days we're gonna be retired, boys.
Yep.
And like it'll only be like a $5,000 job or something.
Lady and Randy.
Yeah, it'll be like 5,000
fuck.
that they got to split between 3 of them.
I love the show.
It was a good show.
I might get Netflix just for that again.
Yeah, I'm gonna start watching.
I love
it again.
I feel like it's on Hulu.
No, it's not. It's Netflix.
Because Netflix, like, there's so much merch. Because once they got like out there once Netflix bought them, then they got merch and stuff, and it was just.
Well, there's that
now
story.
they're
There's
dumb.
the story of that show is kind of crazy because it aired in like Canada from like 99 to like 2003 and got canceled in Canada. Then an American station picked it up years later, like 5-6 years later, and it like fucking just started showing reruns of it and shit. And they were like, and it became like huge in America after that. And they're like, we gotta start making new episodes of this. So they fucking did it, like made like another 4 seasons or more. I don't remember what the exact numbers are. And then I think it got canceled again. And then Netflix picked it up and made a bunch more seasons.
Yeah. But those seasons
Netflix definitely helped them, for sure.
money wise, but the episodes just got worse and worse.
I don't know. I
Aladdin.
like some of the later ones.
They got famous people.
Have
Yeah,
you
that's
ever,
what every episode see like
Dog.
what famous person we can like
Yeah.
stick in this episode.
Yeah.
you ever watch the Christmas one? I watched that one on Christmas Day like 2 years ago.
Which one? There's more than one.
Really? Oh, I have no idea then. It was one of them.
Have you seen the Christmas episode of Sunny yet?
Describe
It's like
it.
it's an hour long, and Charlie bites Santa. Like if
No.
Charlie bites Santa in the neck, you'd know it.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
You'd be like,
That's-
okay, yeah. As soon as I said that, you would have been like, yes.
Yeah, no,
Because it's one of the best things that they ever did.
I'll have to do it though, because I do watch that at night a lot, or The Office.
And they might not have it because they released it as a movie,
Oh, okay.
but it was just like an hour long episode. Really, pretty great.
Because I watch it on YouTube TV, which only records what plays on TV. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you'd have to watch it on Hulu.
Yeah.
It's on. I'm pretty sure it's on Hulu.
Speaking of movies,
What movie did we watch this week?
This week we watched SLC Punk. Right, that is what everybody watched.
Yes.
Yeah.
I realized
Yes,
I never
yes.
confirmed that
Yeah.
last week.
yes.
So yeah, SLC Punk is a coming-of-age story that follows 2 former geeks who become punks and then drink, fight, and party their way through Salt Lake City in the summer of 1985. It is directed by James Marandino and starring Matthew Lillard, Michael Gorgian, Jason Segel, Till Schwinger, and Annabeth Gish.
I thought this movie was an absolute masterpiece.
I agree. I kind of everything
So
else
good.
the dude's done kind of sucks. Like the sequel was horrible, but
Yeah.
this movie was so good that it's like I don't know, man. I feel like by the level of this movie, and this might be saying too much, he could have been like as good as a Robert Rodriguez or Quentin Tarantino if he'd just kept doing what he did with this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying that this is up to that level, but I'm saying like if he kept, it could have started him going to that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he just did nothing for like 10 years after he made this movie.
Yeah.
That sucks. I wish, like, I mean, I fucking love this movie. I want to hear
I think
from
it's
you,
perfect,
dude. It was your first watch.
Oh,
Yeah, seriously, what'd you think?
I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was really good.
the opening scene catches you right away
Mm-hmm.
with the whole kicking the rednecks' asses.
They're just beating their asses with
You're-
like lead pipes.
You're automatically interested already. And then that the song and the credits in the beginning.
Suck the bullets.
Sex and violence.
Just the whole song.
Sex and violence, sex and violence, sex and violence.
Dude.
I
it
love
was-
the music in this movie.
Yeah,
Period.
dude.
There's not
Yeah.
a song that doesn't fit perfectly into the movie.
I agree.
It's almost like the movie was made. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the movie was made around the songs. Like he had the songs in his head before he had the movie in his head. You know what I mean? Because he's clearly passionate about this music.
Yeah.
Like that's why he made the movie. It's clearly like a huge thing for him.
I
You gonna
loved
say
like
something?
every character in the movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was literally just going to
Absolutely.
say
like every single character.
the
was
characters
good.
were all the characters in this movie were fantastic. The
Yeah.
actresses, they all did a great job.
The old guy that sold like drugs. Like
Till
his
Schwinger.
character was like,
Mark.
yeah, it was fucking awesome. It was
This
a good movie.
well, this movie is a character study. It's not. There's not really an actual like plot.
Yeah.
it's just he just kind of jumps through characters. I mean, most of it is just an introduction to all these characters. That's pretty much the movie. Him introducing all of his friends, and like I can't think of a better way to describe it. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's like a beautiful thing. Like, it's character development to like the extreme, I suppose. But it's just like, I don't know. It's almost like James Marandino had all of these friends, and he's like, these people deserve to have some kind of representation in my film, and then just went through every single one of them. It's like, this is Mike, and this is Sean, and this is Eddie, and
he has a wide variety of friends in that case because all these characters were different. Every person in this movie was different.
It was great.
I loved it.
Everybody had their own.
It was
crazy...
so well written.
And the styles, like how he goes through all of the different like cliques.
Yeah.
The mods and the rednecks and the metal kids.
I didn't even know what the fuck a mod was until that movie.
Like in mid scene, he just like it pans just like straight, and then he's like giving information. I like. Yeah,
that's like it was very Shakespearean.
Yeah,
like that was what like it's just like a soliloquy, I believe. Is that what that was? Him just stopping everything and addressing the audience about everything that was going on. Yeah, it's beautiful. What was your guys' favorite scene?
When Sean trips on acid in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, dude, that one's funny. Yo,
say Bob, you are Jesus.
How you doing that?
That whole scene is
doing
great.
What? Walking on water.
That was in my house.
When Bob died.
Oh yeah.
That I didn't expect that like whatsoever.
Did you tear up?
I teared the I was like, no fucking way.
Every time.
I was like, no.
He does like. I don't. Matthew Lillard has never done better acting than that right there.
For sure.
I expected not that great because it was him. Because I'm like, okay, Scooby-Doo, dude.
Yeah, that's all right, Shaggy. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, and that was like that whole scene of his acting was so believable.
Because I watched this last night, at least the end of it, and I had that stuck in my head all day. Him saying, "I'm not ready for this."
Yeah,
I'm not ready for this. Like that just seems like something that. If that happened to me, that's what I would say. You know, like it just felt so real. Like everything he said, like posers never don't die, Bob. Yeah. Like it all just felt so real.
Oh, it's heavy.
That was good.
So heavy.
Yeah, especially since Bob was such a dope character.
Yeah, man.
I think so I got two scenes that are my favorite. The first one, the funny one, would be the scene when they go to Wyoming.
Oh, with the beer?
With the old people.
Oh, that is
you look
such
like
a
gold
scene.
dirt Indian.
Dude,
did somebody let you guys out of the psych center? Let me call the police and get you fellas home.
We're from England. That's why we seem so weird to you.
That was,
Jesus.
And God, it's hard for me to even pick more, like, because other good scenes keep coming in. Like when at the end when they're kids.
Oh man,
it's such a great, like, so beautiful. Like, and he's just like, it's new. And they even bring up Mike and Eddie at that point. He's like, Mike and Eddie are about to come over, and it's like, oh, it's still the same guys that they're hanging out with now.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, I love it. Anytime Bob, someone's like. Who was it? Someone was like rambling to Bob, and then after it all, he's like, "You're pretty fucking weird, dude."
Dude, it was Mark, and they were in the bong shop. In
really?
Trish's bong shop. When Mark came in and said he was leaving.
Or like when Trish was ranting to him at the party.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're like a poet, dude."
No, you're the poet.
You're the I'm an ant. Looking up.
Yeah, the dialogue's pretty amazing. That's why, like, I really feel like this guy, if he just kept going, he could have done a lot of really great things in film.
Yeah.
And he just did nothing, and then did the sequel, which was horrible.
Yeah,
horrible.
I'm not gonna watch that.
It sucks.
It's starring Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's one of the punks.
Oh, I know what we're talking about.
It's called Punk's Dead.
Yeah.
Did you happen to look? Because I'm interested to know what the box office was to that movie.
I can look it up right now.
Did it come like straight to streaming or something?
Like, well,
It was probably
As I was
straight
telling
to-
you guys before we started podcasting, I've been crazy busy this week. So I didn't even watch the full movie. I watched half of it I think 2 weeks ago. And then just like the last 15 minutes of it yesterday. And I didn't have much time. So I didn't really do a whole lot of actual research. I just looked up who directed it and who fucking starred in it, which I already knew most of the stars. Did you recognize Mark?
What
else has he played?
Yeah,
in?
seriously.
Yeah.
I do
Because I know who he is.
Yeah, same.
I asked you because you said you are a big fan of Inglourious Bastards.
Oh yeah, dude, he is in that movie, isn't
As
he?
what?
He's Hugo Stiglitz. He's the Nazi that they rescue out of the prison.
Oh, okay.
And he's the one who takes the fucking pistol in the bar and just
Yeah.
goes like he's not the one that has it under the table. He like pulls it right out and points at the guy's dick. Well, I think he's the one who starts shooting.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, that's
need to
that
watch
guy.
that
His name
movie
is Till
again.
Schwinger. We'll watch it on the podcast one of these times.
I love that.
Yeah, because that's a movie I haven't seen.
That is so unfortunate.
It's a good movie, dude.
It's like
yeah,
one of my favorites.
Jerry's seen it.
It's
But
so
like
good.
when she told me there's a lot of subtitles in it, I was just
It
'cause
doesn't.
I hate
It's
subtitles.
not bad.
It's not bad
It's
at
not
all.
bad.
It's not.
Because it's
I hate subtitles.
It's
not-
really engaging anyway.
It's
like
so
it's
good.
and it's Quentin Tarantino, so there's a lot of long periods of dialogue that build tension for something big to happen. So like it's not like when you're reading the dialogue, when you're reading the subtitles, it doesn't feel like you're really missing a lot on screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's part of like building the tension of the actual movie, you know, in the scene itself.
I might go home and watch it. Honestly, that sounds good as fuck.
Well, every time that you guys mention it, I'm always like, I'm gonna watch that movie, and then I never end up
the
watching
opening
it.
scene for that movie is amazing.
I don't see
so
I don't see a budget for it, but the box office was 299,569.
I mean, that's not huge, but
This is
There's more.
came out in 1998. So that's a little. I mean, the thing is, it was probably made for a lot more than that. Probably made for
I'm
$1 million
sure.
easy. He probably made more money off of selling it to fucking HBO Max than he did
probably.
when
bet.
it was released in theaters.
I bet.
don't know. Where did you guys hear about this movie? Because I know you guys have known about it for about as long as I have.
Brad, it's where I heard it from.
I
Well,
saw
yeah,
it.
that's why I was looking at them.
Yeah.
Not you.
I saw it in FYE once, and I was like, SLC Punk. Cool, I'm a punk. So I watched it.
Cool.
I
I'm
believe
a punk.
that so much. That is exactly how it happened.
And
I
then
honestly feel
come to
like-
find out, it's fucking cult classic.
Pretty great.
I honestly feel like I heard about it from you, like in high school or some shit.
You didn't hear about it from when he bought it?
No.
Oh, well, I guess that's totally possible.
Did you?
I've loved.
Did you? You bought it? You said.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like that's probably where you actually heard it from.
then it had to have been, because you probably bought it, and I was like, hey, I want to watch it too. So I mean, it was probably you.
So I saw it from like the same place I saw a lot of my favorite movies when I was younger. There was a channel that I used to watch all the time. I didn't care what was on, like what it was. I just knew that it was called IFC, and
Yes.
everything on it was uncensored. There was no commercials in any of the movies, and everything was uncensored, and it was just independent, low-budget films, and this movie was on it.
It's
Nice.
still a channel.
But it's still good. Is it still uncensored and commercial-free?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking dope. I'm glad it's still going.
It's
They
still
make
there.
movies every once in a while, too, their own movies. They would do, like, short film. They'd have a short film showcase, they'd call it, and it would just be an hour of short films that they would present.
I always watch that channel around Halloween time because they played the best horror movies on that one.
Yeah, I saw the movie Pieces on that channel.
Yeah, there's like good fucking movies. on that
Maniac. That's where I first watched From Dusk Till Dawn, was
Oh,
on
word.
that.
I have
Great.
no idea what it is because growing up, we only had basic channels.
Yeah, it was on
Local
DirecTV.
channels.
They yeah, I started watching it because obviously as a 13-year-old boy, they showed titties, and I was like, all right, this is my new favorite channel. But then like a lot of the movies were just really fucking good. They had so many because they would Miramax. So they play a lot of Miramax shit. That's how I've seen. Like that's how I got into Quentin Tarantino too. Reservoir Dogs I watched on there. Pulp Fiction I watched on there.
Django Unchained plays on there a lot.
Yeah.
Can you? Is that still a thing?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
still
no
a channel
shit.
on YouTube. Yeah. That's why I said I watched it around Halloween time. They play the best Halloween movies.
Oh, word. Sorry, I guess I'm fucking...
does anybody have any quotes? Either I know we've already said a few of them.
Dude, I love... Is his name Mark, the old guy? When he's like taking them and showing them all the shit that he paid for and stuff, like being rich and like the shower head thing. I think that's so funny because they're like...
There's a movie on there.
Yeah. There's so that whole like scene because they're all like not interested and like Bob's like asleep and then it's
as
like
soon as he wakes him up with the gun, he's like, "Put that away before I kick your ass."
It's so good.
Sink, you fool! Why doesn't she sink? It's the Great Salt Lake, Mark. Yeah, it makes things like buoyant.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And,
the ending when he's talking about like growing up and stuff, that was good. That was good dialogue. The whole ending.
Oh yes, the dialogue in this movie is perfect.
Yeah, dude. When him and that girl's brother, the last party they went to, where
Chris, yes,
yeah.
That was going to be one of the movies I said or scenes I said was my favorite. Like that's not my favorite non-funny scene.
The breakdown of like the anarchy thing and stuff was like
what about how like you can't have chaos without order and you can't have order without chaos.
Yeah, it was like wow, man, you guys.
It's like they're slowly growing up and learning life and shit.
Yeah, that's why it's coming of age.
He even said, "I feel old." Like at the last party, it's like I feel old.
But he was only like fucking early 20s still.
Yeah.
And when he first meets Brandy. Mm-hmm. And she just criticizes his look. It's something that that's always kind of resonated with me because I've always loved punk rock music, but I don't think I've ever really had the look of it. Like, I don't think you'd look at me and say I'm a punk at all. But like I like all the music that they played in this, all the Dead Kennedys and Fear, and that fucking the band that was playing. I know what they like. I can't remember what the name they called it, but it's not actually the name of the band. But I thought their music was good.
Is the band that played in the warehouse, is that an actual real band?
It's a band. That's not what they're called. Extreme Corporal Punishment is what they called it in the movie. But their name of the actual band is something else.
Oh, so they are a real band.
Which is also what a fucking great scene too, dude. This movie is just every scene is just as good as the last. Like they're all so fucking good. There's no I feel like all the fat is trimmed off of this. There's nothing that's unimportant in it.
That's another.
When he comes back and meets Sean again, like that.
Oh yeah.
I've had that feeling with like friends.
Same.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, I feel bad not for like him, but for myself for walking away from him and not talking to him again. Like that fucking even since I was young, that's like cut deep with me. Like it's such a fucking
movie,
deep moment.
Man. The whole acid trip, that whole scene.
Yeah, directly right after it.
Yeah.
He's it leads right into that where he's like, I didn't know what to do. So I dropped acid with Trish in the park or whatever her name was. It wasn't Trish, but Sandy.
Such a good movie, dude.
It was a good movie.
Highly recommend it.
What's everybody's score?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. I'm gonna watch that again.
4.5 out of 5. Not really. It's a 5 out of 5. I can't not give it a 4, or I can't not give it a 5 out of 5. This movie's perfect. I literally believe this movie is perfect.
Movie.
I like when Bob's like talking to the dude in the band, like backstage or whatever, and then he's like, "No, because it's violent." And Bob's like,
"How do you like America?"
Thank you.
I don't know. I'm not really digging it, man. What's the matter? Too tame for you British types? No, it's too bloody violent.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was so funny. That was a good movie.
But the whole look thing with Mike. He was a nerd.
Yeah, he was the nerd.
He was the nerd.
Jason Segel, the dude from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
It's like crazy because I watched this way before he became famous.
Yeah.
Like I remember going back to this movie and seeing it. Like I think I went back to this movie after he was famous and I recognized him and still didn't recognize him in this fucking movie. I think Wes had to tell me like, "Hey, that's the same guy from How I Met Your Mother." And then I watched it again and I was like, "Holy shit, that is him."
I recognized him right away. His character was good too.
Yeah, but you probably recognize him from like another movie, right?
Like what?
How I Met Your Mother.
Jason Segel.
from How I Met Your Mother.
That's where you know
he played
from?
on I Love You Man.
I knew him
I know
from.
he's on other movies.
Yeah, like you knew him from How I Met Your Mother, and then when you
Saving
seen him,
Sarah
you were like,
Marshall.
"Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Saving Sarah Marshall.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
the scene when he's talking to him. It also took me like many watches to notice this when he's talking about the hit, like doing his soliloquy about Mike. He steps out of the way, and the guy walks by, and Mike smashes his head into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I never noticed for the longest time that he points the guy out. Like, the guy walks onto the scene, and you see Steve-O's hand come in and point at him. I didn't notice that for, like, probably my first 10 watches. I didn't notice that happened. So, like, probably, like, the 10th, 11th watch, I was just like, holy shit, he's pointing at the guy. He picked the guy. I thought it was just a random thing. He just steps out, and Mike smashes a guy.
Yeah, like when I first watched the movie, I thought Steve-O just kind of nudged the guy towards him, but then later on, I seen the
he like just
on
points.
his head.
That's badass, though.
Yeah,
The talk about the fight, like, he's just like the fight. Why do we fight?
yeah, and he explains the whole
An essay.
Being different.
talking about
You know
war
what,
and
dude?
government and
Matthew Lillard, congrats on like memorizing all this poetry.
I mean, he probably could have read that off of a fucking thing.
Yeah, that's
it's all
true.
voiceover. But and almost every scene with his parents was great.
Yeah.
Every scene is great. I don't know, like, I would just we could start from the beginning and
Yeah,
just be
dude.
like,
It
this
was
is
all good.
awesome.
It's a
This is why
great
this is
movie.
awesome.
This might be a weird question, but did this movie win any awards for anything?
Not
Yeah.
anything like important. I think.
But it won something,
Let's see.
It should.
or might have. I think it should too. Maybe
It was
people-
chosen as the opening night feature at 1999 Sundance.
What's the
I don't see anywhere
what's
where
the
it says-
Rotten Tomato score? I'm curious of that as well. Because I feel like I don't know. I feel like it would be low because people are stupid.
Critics gave it 63%.
Oh, what? I mean, it's still above half.
Yeah.
You want to guess what the audience gave it?
Yeah.
95.
93.
72.
Brad's the closest, 89.
Oh, okay, okay.
Which isn't terrible.
No.
The audience score always seems to be higher, anyways, because critics are too critical.
But it was opposite.
Audience is just looking at it to be entertained.
No, that was the audience score, the 89.
Oh.
Yeah, the
right.
critics were 63,
Okay.
which kind of surprises me. I think this is a better movie than it gets credit for.
Yeah,
It was really-
absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, at least it's over half, anyways. Because whenever somebody says, "Oh, it's got a good Rotten Tomatoes score of 60, whatever," and they always say it's a good score because it's above 50.
Rotten Tomatoes is
film's
usually pretty
cool.
tough. They're usually pretty hard on movies.
All
right.
on.
What do you got for us, Kristen?
Top 3 most watched movies.
Top 3. See,
So I actually forgot my third one on the way over.
He never
This is
takes
why-
mine.
This is why I write
I was
shit
fine.
down.
I watched
I
a
was
movie.
prepared. And
She goes,
like
I watched a movie.
I got
And I don't like doing that
I
ever.
got
You just
hot-
have to think.
I got high and I just fucking like I was going through them and I was like, oh fuck.
Okay, whatever.
But I thought of another one.
Just come up with
So,
one.
yeah.
like as soon as I pulled in your driveway, I'm like, oh okay.
I feel like maybe
Okay.
I feel like a couple of ours are probably gonna be the same.
Shall I go first?
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what the fuck he's thinking now?
All right.
He's probably gonna pick a movie he only watched once.
You're like, yeah, that one's
You
good.
want to go first?
Me?
Yeah, usually you go first.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
Chad and I go last because if they are the same,
Oh brother, where art thou?
Okay.
I've watched
course.
forever.
Many,
Should've
talked
seen
about
that
it many
coming.
As
times.
many times as I can. Like, because it's on TV a lot. I think, no, I don't think it's on that channel.
We did watch
I
that
don't know.
movie.
I don't watch.
So go
TV
back and
that
watch
often.
Yeah,
that
you're right.
podcast.
I did. I mean, Fargo, which is a Coen Brothers movie, was always on that channel, so it's possible
It might be
was.
that one. And then Super Bad. I've seen that so many times. So good.
Not a huge
Great
fan.
movie.
It's a great movie. And then Insidious. That's like my go-to horror movie. I always like.
I've never seen Insidious.
If I just
actually.
need like a good horror movie, that's the one I pick and I watch it.
Does it get right into it, or is it slow to start?
I think all those movies kind of get into it. Like, they're good the
Slow
whole time.
Oh, they're good the whole time.
Is it like a family bought an old rickety house and it's haunted and stuff?
It's
No.
not old and rickety.
It's about they, like, move to get...
Into a haunted house.
Yeah, but what was the...
You're not that far off.
What was the reason
That's
for
all
moving?
of them movies.
Insidious. I haven't seen it in a really long time.
I think they're moving to get closer because her husband's a teacher.
Do they know it's haunted?
No. And then what
Okay.
happens is they think their kid's just in a coma, but really he's, like...
Possessed.
Like, just, like, in this other world, like, in his mind that he can't get out of, like, lucid dreams.
Okay.
They kind of compare it to, and he's just stuck.
Like Daniel isn't real.
No.
Yeah,
'Cause he's in a
if
coma.
Daniel
He's
isn't real was
hooked-
all fake, and the main, I don't remember the guy's name, was just asleep on a bed
Yeah, like that.
for
Like, the little
weeks.
boy is, like, hooked up to shit because they
Word.
think he's just in a coma. But then they have, like, a ghost whisper
Seance?
bit. Yeah. And then they, like...
Ghost whisperer is probably a good word for it.
Yeah, and then her two sidekicks.
medium?
A crazy person.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
A crazy person.
Yeah,
They
she
have a crazy
comes-
person come in and say some stupid words.
And then it turns out, like, his dad used to, like, see the same thing, like, when he was younger, and that's why he doesn't like his picture taken. It's like a whole thing. And they make many more Insidiouses, and they're so good. Same with Conjuring and Annabelle. I love all those movies.
Yeah.
Do they tie in together?
They all have kind of the same actors and stuff,
Okay.
so they're all kind of the same to me.
Conjuring.
But in the
They're the
Conjuring and
same.
Annabelle, they're the ghost hunter people, the same guy. It's yeah. If you know, you know.
Okay. I guess I'll have to watch
They all
some of
have
these
the same
movies.
I had to, like, you keep looking at me for reassurance.
Yeah,
I haven't watched
I'm
this
like,
movie
you
in
watch-
like 10 years.
I'm like, you
Cody,
watch
is
this
she
shit, bro.
right?
I mean, I watched it, but I'm still like, I don't remember any of it until you say it.
Oh.
Like, when you
I'm
say it,
right.
I'm like, yeah, I do remember
He's
that
slowly
part.
piecing the
right.
movie together. Keep talking.
Yeah. Annabelle, though. Those
I'm
are
lucky
good.
I remember the fucking SLC Punk, and I've watched that movie 50 fucking times.
I think it's...
Part of me wants to put it on this list.
I was close.
I thought about it, but I was like, yeah, we're already talking about it, so like, I'm just gonna go ahead and not pick 3 other movies.
I actually thought about it too, but I didn't. I thought the same thing as you. We'll do it as a movie.
All right, Cody, you're next.
It's probably SLC Punk probably belongs on that list. I've probably watched that movie probably more than any other movie except Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which is the first one I put on there. I watched that movie every fucking night when I came home in like 2001. Just every night I came home from school and put on Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
That's awesome.
It's fucking hilarious. And I also put Predator on the list because that's another movie when I was younger. I watched that.
Definitely
I watched over
definitely
and
watch
over
that a
again.
lot.
I was gonna say I watched that quite a bit as
Shrek.
well.
Watched a lot of Shrek in my day, too.
Wait, did you say all 3?
Yeah, but Shrek is also up there because I was talking about, like, childhood. I'm like, I've watched that
okay.
literally. I still watch it.
Okay.
Shrek. Oh, do you guys not have a cartoon movie that you watch when you're little that, like, still slaps?
South Park.
Shrek.
No,
No, like
Yeah,
Shrek.
like
I mean,
a
Yeah,
Like a kid Shrek.
Like a
kid movie. I really like
I think you're right. I think Shrek's still a good movie.
Yeah, I watch that shit still
Yeah,
on
Shrek.
I
TV.
mean, yeah.
Finding Nemo is still really good.
I like
don't
I
care
like
about that
Disney's
one.
Monsters,
Hercules.
Inc.
Disney's Hercules.
Monsters Inc.
That's like the kid movie that I was like, fuck yeah, this movie is.
I don't
And
know.
Dunstan checks in. You ever seen that movie?
No.
That's about
Fuck
the
is
monkey.
Yeah.
No.
This
I'm gonna
guy-
go ahead and say no. That's not still a good movie.
I just remember
Shrek.
watching that a lot as a kid.
All right, you guys.
I didn't even
He
say my
didn't even-
last
Oh,
movie.
you did.
No,
No,
he didn't even.
What was my last movie then?
I don't know.
Dunstan checks in.
My third movie was The Big Lebowski
Yeah.
because that's like
Oh.
up there
Yeah.
with SLC Punk as a movie that I just watched all the time. That actually it really speaks to me.
This is good. Great.
I thought
See?
Predator was.
Dude, I
the last
sat
movie.
Missy down to watch that movie one night, and I was.
did say
She was
Predator.
like, "Wow."
Yeah,
thought
that
it
was
was your
his
last
number
one.
2.
Oh.
Oh. No, you're wrong.
Whoops.
But yeah, definitely Big Lebowski. I remember the first time watching it with my dad when I was really young, and then it was just on Comedy Central all the time. So I just would watch it every single time. Dazed and Confused was also another one that was on Comedy Central that I watched every fucking day that it was on.
We could have made this list a lot bigger.
Dude, I could keep going.
At least 4.
Because I was thinking of some of the movies I watched a lot when I was a kid. Double Dragon.
Yes.
But the thing is, I couldn't tell you a single thing that happened in that movie. I just know I watched it a fucking 1,000 times because I remember my mom bitching every time we rented it. Like, you really want to watch that movie again? Again, you want to watch that movie?
I always see it on like top 10 lists, worst movies and shit.
Yeah.
And video game movies and shit like that. It's always like at least number 2 or 3.
Yeah, number 1 is Super Mario.
Brothers. Yeah.
Every time.
You know what? I still watch that movie too.
Yeah.
More than once. I think I own that on DVD as well.
What a shameful thing to say.
Okay. All right. My Out Cold, number 1, with Zach Galifianakis and one of the London brothers, Jeremy London.
That may have been the one I forgot.
That could have been. That probably could replace The Big Lebowski on my list.
Yeah.
I've probably watched Out Cold more than The Big Lebowski.
Whenever, like, dude, during the summer.
Where's the ashtray? I'm gonna push that over
right here. During the summer, pretty sure I watched that movie every day. Like, when I was in high school, every summer, every day I at least watched that movie once.
Yeah.
And there's another movie that can compare to that as well, and that's Grind. It's a skateboarding movie.
Word.
With I don't know any of the actors' names.
The one guy played on the OC. It was the OC, right?
Adam Brody.
Yeah. And then
he's gonna be in the movie that I'm gonna pick for next week, which I never announced. Ready or Not. We're gonna watch Ready or Not next week. Have you seen that?
Isn't that
Is it scary?
Yeah. I picked it because I was worried that you weren't gonna like SLC Punk. I wanted to find a movie that maybe you hadn't seen that you would enjoy. So I think you're gonna like. I picked this one for you, Kristen. I think you're really gonna like this.
Thank you.
And because next week we're gonna watch, or the week after that, I think we're gonna watch The Warriors. And I think all of you are gonna hate it. So I'm hoping I'm introducing you to something that you enjoy.
I didn't
this time.
I didn't know if I'd like SLC Punk, but
I don't want to ask. I'll ask you after the podcast who the actors are.
But Adam Brody is also in that movie, and he's in Grind.
Yeah.
I can't even picture the fucking guy that played that
Sweet Lou,
the original, the main character. Can't even picture him. One of the Londons is in it. The guy from Dazed and Confused is in it.
He plays
two of them.
Professional skateboarder.
Yeah, and the other guy,
Jimmy something. Tom Green's in that movie.
Yeah, and the other dude from Dazed and Confused is in it too. He plays the other, like Tom Green is a skate shop owner, and then there's the other guy that's the skate shop owner at the beginning. He was in Dazed and Confused too.
Oh, I can't remember.
And then they always said that like Sweet Lou was kind of just Matthew McConaughey from Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, basically. They were the exact same character.
Did the exact same stuff.
Yeah.
Just one skateboarded.
And then my third one is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
So our lists weren't the same.
Johnny Depp.
I've
And,
never seen that.
Did you guys match at all?
What?
Did you match at all?
No.
Right, that's pretty cool.
Sweet,
good job, dude.
Hell yeah. Fuck.
I definitely watched Fear and Loathing a lot too, though.
Yeah, that was the first time I watched Fear and Loathing. I was completely sober. Didn't make it through the whole movie because I was like, this movie's weird.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
I got super stoned one day, sat down and watched that movie all the way through. After that movie was over, I was like, that was the greatest movie I've ever seen.
I've got to after it's over, you just stand up and go, I got to find adrenochrome.
Do they make mescaline anymore?
All right, dude.
Yeah, dude. Now your list.
know.
I'm excited because it's
so
different.
this is no particular order.
Mine weren't either.
So Grandma's Boy.
Okay.
That was on my list. I took that off for Predator. That was legit on my list.
So Grandma's Boy is one.
Great movie.
How High?
Yeah. Okay.
Is one.
That's definitely up there.
That's one I watched a lot when I was young.
I've watched that a lot too. Basically every time you watch it.
And I'm gonna say Mall Rats. Watch that. A
God damn.
lot.
See, these lists could be huge,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
It could be huge.
Yeah.
Top 10.
As we were saying that, I'm like, man, I probably watched How High more than any of the movies that are on my list.
I'll
I
give
just
an
didn't think of
honorable
it.
mention to Tommy Boy with Chris Farley.
Yeah.
That
shit.
movie was there.
God damn, dude. How many honorable mentions can we give?
Because
Step Brothers.
his whole list, some of your list as well.
Yeah, for sure. See, Step Brothers for me was almost there.
Anchorman.
I
I only
didn't-
watched that like
Anchorman.
once or twice.
I love
Yeah,
it.
Anchorman.
Anchorman was up
That's-
there. God damn, dude.
Also, another one that I don't think I watched. At least I watched it probably like 5 or 6 times, but not nearly as much as like The Big Lebowski or Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I knew that movie from beginning to end, every fucking word. Like I could literally watch it and just say it like from fucking beginning to end.
That's definitely how I feel about Out Cold. Out Cold and Grind. Both of those movies I feel like I watched just as much as the other.
I watched Ratatouille a lot.
Ratatouille?
Weird.
What's that?
It's a Disney movie about a rat that controls a chef by being under his chef hat and like.
Oh, okay.
And it's like,
Never seen that movie
loved it.
because
Is that what he does?
yeah,
I
to
thought the
impress.
rat. I thought the rat just cooked.
No, he like pulls his hair and works his arms or whatever to impress the one food critic. That's like really mean. It's like so cute.
So this guy just has a rat on his head.
Yeah,
that's against health code. Like
Why aren't they shut down?
this movie is not.
Yeah, this movie's pretty gross.
I love it.
Sounds like a restaurant I'd never want to eat at.
Very elegant.
Detroit Rock City. That's another one I
Yeah.
thought about.
Damn. Definitely watch that movie a lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
it's a good one.
A lot. I fell it out. I watched Django Unchained a lot.
See, I didn't.
See,
never
my
liked
a
that
lot though
movie.
was like 5.
I didn't
don't really watch movies.
I didn't get introduced to that movie until I was like fucking 23.
Oh.
That's probably when it came out.
Yeah, I watched it as soon as it
What
came
year?
out.
Do you know what year it came out?
It came
Probably
out
when
like
you were
2012.
23. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but I've watched it a lot since then. It's
All
like
right,
a
then.
newer movie. Yeah.
So I wasn't late or anything.
Ready,
No.
ready to rumble.
Watched that a lot. God, dude, I want to watch that tonight.
Friday the 13th, the one with Kevin Bacon.
I thought you hated that movie.
No, I love it. That's my favorite one.
You're lying.
I feel like you've told me how much you hate it so many times.
No, I hate.
I
the
believe
acting.
Cody. I don't believe
no,
you.
like I hate the acting but it's supposed to be that way. But that movie
kind
to
of.
me is nostalgic.
It's not supposed to be that way because at the time those actors thought they were doing brilliant.
Yeah, but that's what's so great about old slasher films is that's what it is.
Misty and I'll sit at home some night and be like, let's watch an old 80s movie and just
Yeah.
laugh at the bad acting.
That's what, and I loved it because that was, I'll never forget.
That's
was
why I
me-
want to watch like Leslie Nielsen movies, dude.
It was me and my best
Yeah, but
friend.
Leslie Nielsen's trying to be funny.
Yeah,
These
but
ones
he-
are very serious. Like old slashers are very serious.
Yeah.
Like, they're not funny.
Like
Like
Leslie
they are
Nielsen's-
funny to you, but
his-
they're not supposed to.
Like
No,
his
I'm just
shtick
talking
is on
about bad-
purpose.
Yeah, I know, but it's bad. But it's so stupid. It's funny.
Like fucking Airplane.
Yeah, absolutely. Wrongfully
All the
accused is
Naked
my
Gun movies.
favorite.
Yeah.
One of
But
my favorite
Friday
movies.
the 13th with
He
Kevin
was the-
Bacon. It was me and my best friend at like we were sleeping over at each other's house, and we like made it through. We're like, yeah, it wasn't that bad. And then when he grabs her from the boat, we like screamed at the top of our lungs, and I got in trouble because it was at my house, and like the terrified, like she cried. I think like it was a scary moment.
How old were you?
We were like 11, 12.
Pussies, dude.
I mean, it was just a shocker. It was a jump scare.
No, I feel you. I understand.
But that's what I think about every time I watch it.
When I was a kid, I watched is it Bram Stoker? Bram Stoker's Dracula. As a kid, that was the scariest
I
movie.
feel like you're mixing Bram Stoker and is that even it? And
Is that it?
Braun Strowman. Like I feel
No.
like you kind
I
of just
don't-
like put
I-
those. It's Bram Stoker, I believe.
Well, the Dracula movie scared the piss out of me when I was a kid. And when I went back and watched it, I was like, this isn't even scary at all. I don't know why.
I never liked that one.
Yeah?
Even when
See-
I was younger, I thought it was shitty because I had already watched like Blade. That actually probably belonged on my list. Blade. I watched that movie every fucking day, dude.
Watched Blade 2 like a fuck ton.
Blade 2 was awesome too.
And
but
Trinity though.
I used to think it was so
Trinity
badass
cool.
when he throws that thing around and like chops all those heads off and then
Right.
just catches it.
Yo, have you guys ever seen Ghost Ship?
Yes.
Yes.
And like that thing just like slices everyone in half on the day. Oh my god, that like unlocked a memory. I don't know how. That movie used to scare me. I remember
That director directed another movie that was really similar.
Yo, that movie scared
I was just
the fuck
looking
out
it
of
up
me
the other
myself.
day. 13 Ghosts. The same
Oh,
guy
yeah.
who directed 13 Ghosts
I've
with
seen
Tony
that.
Shalhoub.
I didn't know it was the same director.
Snoop.
Matthew Lillard plays in that one too.
He does. You're right.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
I actually put it on the list of movies to watch because I haven't
Sick.
seen it in such a long time, and I used to love it. And it's got horrible reviews.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm like, how bad was it?
It really
that,
wasn't
like,
that good. 13 Ghosts.
I haven't seen it since I was
'Cause,
a
like,
little kid.
Missy
I'll
had
never.
me sit down one night. She's like, "This movie used to scare me," and I watched it. I'm like,
Dude, the
But that's
jackal
because-
used to scare the fuck out of me, dude. The fucking the cage on his head and shit. The carrot, like I've looked at like the character designs and shit, and they're terrifying. Like all the characters are like cool.
"Yeah,
You didn't think it was like scary because you had to like be a man in that situation because she's like this. You scare me, so you're like I have to.
yeah,
touch no
totally."
secret. That's why it didn't scare
Totally.
you. But you probably were
No,
fucking
I feel like
scared.
it's probably just a bad movie that I'm
It's not
remembering
that good,
because
dude.
that I enjoyed because I was like 11 or 12
Yeah.
when I first
I
saw
feel like
it.
people say they like it just because like they think that's cool or something.
They're posers.
It's a stupid movie.
Fucking posers.
But I want to rewatch
Alright, it isn't
fucking
stupid, but
Posers.
it isn't good.
I kind of want to rewatch it though, just because it has Matthew Lillard in it.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'll watch it. I've never seen it, but I've seen Ghost Ship and that fucking movie.
Yeah, just the opening scene of that movie. I remember that from being a little kid too.
Shit.
I've
man.
only seen Ghost Ship one time.
Yeah.
My
same.
dad was watching also, and I just saw the beginning. I'm like, no.
fucking.
And I like left.
You know what else?
Open water scares me.
Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke and next movie.
Yeah.
Those are pretty high. I'm pretty high.
All right, so Chad has questions.
Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah.
You want to try these?
Yeah.
There's no point in giving it to Chad. He's just gonna eat them.
Wait, I don't have much.
He's
to
not-
say
it's
about
not
it.
gonna bother
these
him
are
at all.
Hot Ones Pringles.
Wait, it's a
Chad's a spice guy, so
Uh-huh.
he's all like, "Yeah, let's go.
yeah.
Give me 10 of them, and I'll eat them at the same time."
Look at him grab a couple.
Eat all of those at the same time. What are you doing? Just chewing in the mic. I'm not gonna eat that shit.
Okay, cool, sick.
I would totally eat the whole can.
There you go. It's part of your birthday present. Happy birthday. Yeah. They have another flavor, a green one. That's hot.
Spicy
Ones.
hot ones.
Spicy guac.
I don't know.
How hot is it, Brad? Is it really bad?
It is pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it-
pretty spicy.
Is it? It can't be nearly as
Yeah.
bad as the actual sauce.
Like,
though.
I want to eat another one.
So it can't be nearly as bad as the actual sauce.
Like
then.
it's no, it's like the sauce.
It's not last dab.
Do you think
though.
it's
This
really
is
as
a
bad
different
as
one.
the sauce?
I mean, the sauce gets up in your mouth easier. This kind of just sits on your tongue.
It has potato to calm it. Well, processed shit. To, like,
Yeah, I don't
calm
think
it
that's
down.
potato.
Yeah, this is not. I think it's a
It's
potato.
just a bunch of oil cooked.
Yeah, I don't know what
dried
Pringles are.
potatoes. It's dried
Is it?
potatoes. Yeah, it's the first ingredients. That's what's mostly in it. Yeah. And then a whole bunch of other processed shit. Paprika for color.
I've never been just for color.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, I have some more questions.
I've never been a fan of Pringles.
I love Pringles.
I love the cheddar ones. I could eat them all day.
I have some
Just
questions to better get to know us. These ones are kind of TV oriented. First question. It's a two-parter. What is your favorite TV show back then and now?
Bro.
So I'll go first. Also,
How far back
also
then?
non-animated,
How far
Oh.
back then?
like kid to your adulthood.
Okay, but when I'm a kid,
when
I
I'm a
wasn't
kid, yeah.
watching Dr. Phil. I was watching something else. Like,
Yeah, I wasn't watching anything that wasn't animated
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
Show
Like
It
a
was
teenager?
always cartoons.
Like a teenager?
Oh.
You were watching cartoons as a teenager? I mean, I
Yeah.
watched cartoons as a teenager.
I'm still South Park, dude. Like that's a cartoon. Okay, go on. Okay,
Yeah,
do
but
I'll
yours.
pick non-animated. Pick something besides South Park.
Got it.
It
Well,
has no South
I was
Park.
gonna
Because then
say
we'd all just say
SpongeBob.
You
South
probably
Park.
picked The Office.
I was gonna say my back
Right?
then, my
Not when I was
teenage.
little.
But okay.
I'm saying as a teenager, you didn't like
Got it.
what?
Got it.
That '70s show was one of my most watched as
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah.
Got it.
As like
Same.
a teenager, that '70s show, and now probably like The Boys, and like I've been really into like the Marvel TV series like Loki and WandaVision, Falcon, New Winter Soldier, just to name a few.
Did you watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Did you finish it?
Yeah,
Pretty great, right?
Yeah, it's amazing,
Pretty great.
dude. They're all so great. I recommend them all.
Did you watch Hawkeye yet?
No,
I haven't
not
watched it either. I was curious if it's any good.
You know what show I really liked that wasn't animated and it was kind of weird, but it was kind of good? Do you remember the show Angel with fucking...
Yeah,
It was a spinoff of Buffy.
Yeah.
that was a good show.
I like that
We
show.
watched that a lot, actually.
Every week, dude.
What the hell's that actor's name?
David Boreanaz or some shit.
Is that David Boreanaz? I've heard that name, but I don't know. I have no idea who it is.
Yeah.
But I can picture. I know Angel because I used to watch Buffy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I never watched Angel though.
It was
Buffy.
good. It was a good show. It was on fucking...
Fox, right?
Uh,
They had like reruns of it on Fox.
Yeah, it was on Hulu a while back, and Missy and I watched every season.
Really?
She actually liked it too, and I was like, oh yeah. It was a decent show, man.
What about you?
Okay, so kid-wise, it's a tie between Full House and that '70s show.
Okay.
Cause it depends who was home. Cause my little sister wasn't allowed to watch that '70s show. Anyways,
That's
and
not even that bad, really.
No, but
They smoke weed. That's a big thing.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
always trying to
Yeah.
drink too.
But once I got a TV, remember I always watched that '70s like all the time. And then now, probably The Office or Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's
I
Creek.
love that fucking show.
I hear that show is really great.
Is
It
it a
is.
comedy show?
Yeah,
Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, it's just like, what would you consider those like The Office and
I
stuff,
don't know,
like
I didn't watch
sitcom
it.
type.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a mockumentary type thing.
Yeah, it's good.
okay. I like those type of shows, so I'm gonna check it out.
Well, so the story is, I'll tell you the story. Is these rich people lose all their money and they move into this like motel in Schitt's Creek, and then they like redo it. And the dad's that dude off all the American Pies,
Okay.
and his real son,
Eugene Levy.
and his
Yeah.
real son, and they made the show. And then they're like trying to like adjust to the new stuff, and then like fall in love with
That
people.
guy's funny.
It's such a good show. I love it. And then they just like the mom off of Home Alone is also the mom in that, and it's so good.
That guy was hilarious in the American Pies.
Yeah.
Like
He's more
how
serious.
dad he was.
Yeah.
And embarrassing. Like he was
You
so
got?
good at
Did
that
you
part.
get like a contact embarrassment or whatever that's called?
Secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, there you go.
contact?
I'm thinking of like contact high and
Yeah.
stuff, so I was like, whatever.
No, not really. Not as bad as like The Office.
Yeah, the very first time I watched The Office, I definitely got a lot of
Michael is
secondhand
hard.
embarrassment. It's
Michael's
so
hard to.
But at like watching it again as I was older, I definitely laughed more.
On that scary movie where it's like the guy with the grab my good hand, that guy, he's the mayor in Schitt's Creek.
Really?
Yeah.
The
and
guy
he's-
from There's Something About Mary.
Or is that? I've never seen that.
He's like, I got a whitehead on my eyeball. That guy.
But he is so good. I've watched it all the way through many times.
What about you?
When I was a teenager, I probably watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like, I mean,
shit.
nonstop. Like every episode, I was so excited when every time a season would come around.
That's probably your now too, isn't it?
No, I don't really watch it as much as what
Oh,
I did
really?
back then. I was gonna say The Boys.
Yeah.
That was the
okay.
first, as soon as you asked that, I was like, definitely The Boys. For sure. Like,
It's good.
You guys are
Once-
twinning so much.
Jerry and I are going back and watching it.
Well,
Again.
you haven't watched any of the new season yet?
No.
I started it. Once we're done with this, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Eat something and watch the new episode.
Sounds like a good time.
It's pretty
Maybe
good.
That's what
the
I'm
new
gonna do
season.
tonight.
New season's pretty fucking good, man.
No, you should watch Inglourious Bastards.
Jeez, I'm probably not going to.
Yeah, you got to watch Ready or Not if you're gonna sit down for a movie. Yo. You got an assignment now.
Yeah, for real. Okay, which TV show would you want to live in real life? You're the main character.
Easy.
Easy?
Easy.
Mine would be something like Arrow. Have you ever seen Arrow?
You'd want to be a superhero?
Yeah, I want to be like a vigilante who does things in the
Oh.
shadows and shit. And I'm like just a kick-ass guy. Or I'd want to be in like a sci-fi as like a vampire or something like True Blood. But the only thing is like if I'm going to live in that TV show, I don't want to deal with all the crazy shit that goes on.
Well, yeah, isn't that why it's a hard question, though?
Yeah, it really is.
You got to decide, you got to figure out how to weigh it good for the bad is the...
So I'm just gonna think of a comedy TV show.
Yes, most of the fucking characters or TV shows that I watch is most of the characters' lives aren't that fucking great.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
That's
you know
another
what?
thing that makes it really hard.
I got one. Blue Mountain State.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
the
would-
only right answer.
That's my favorite non-animated one now.
Now that you thought of it.
Yeah,
okay.
dude, absolutely. I love that fucking show.
Because even like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I love the show. I don't want to be any of those people.
Yeah.
But Blue Mountain State, I'd be Alex. Dude's pretty cool.
I'd even be Sammy,
Thad.
dude.
Yeah,
I
Sammy.
don't give a fuck.
I want to be the kicker. What's his name?
Tedesco. Harmon Tedesco.
Harmon. Yeah.
I want to be that guy.
Oh,
Because he does
man.
all the drugs.
That fucking I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Hey, let's change your question to what character do you want to be in Blue Mountain State?
I've only seen that a few times,
I've
but it's
definitely-
good.
So I've watched it so much that every single time I do, Jerry always goes, "Again, Chad?
Missy too, dude. Yep.
Didn't you just watch this?"
Yo,
Yep.
Trailer Park Boys.
Guess
is
what?
my
I'm going to
answer.
watch it again.
I choose Trailer Park Boys. They just get high and do whatever the
Yeah,
fuck
but
they
they
want
end up
in a
in
trailer
jail
park.
at the end of the
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, but they get out.
And jail
But it's like their
doesn't
life.
seem that bad, though. 'Cause
You don't
I
wanna
was like,
be
there's a good
Ricky,
hockey team in
'cause-
here.
He always gets shot.
I'll be Julian.
And he's stupid.
So
Always has
Well, they're all
whiskey in his hand.
stupid.
speaking of Blue Mountain State, when I first watched Thadland, I didn't like it. But
The
when
movie?
when I went back and watched it, I thought it was pretty funny.
I'll have to
Dude,
watch
I-
it again
I
then.
love it.
It was
It's
good.
so
It was
funny.
It was good, dude. You
The
should
part-
go back and watch
He
it.
just blows cocaine into the fucking crowd.
Yeah.
And the guy comes up to him, he's like, "We're running out of cocaine." He's like, "Why?" Who wants free drugs?
What's Blue Mountain State on? Because I don't.
Prime.
I think, yeah.
Is it on Prime?
It used
Now I'm
to be.
se-
You
now
might
I'm
have
second-
to pay for it now.
Oh.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's
I
lame.
feel like
We'll
there was a
trade.
time I tried to look it up and it wouldn't let me resume the episode I was on. It kept saying something about renting it or buying or whatever.
I'll let you borrow my That 70s show. You let me borrow your Blue State.
Well, you're going to have to wait because I'm going to start rewatching Blue Mountain State when I get home.
That's fine.
You have to wait till I'm done with season 1.
Wait, isn't Blue Mountain State on something too?
It was on Netflix. Netflix released the movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
I don't
not
have
on
anything.
They've
Netflix.
got that
Really?
movie made with a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Because the movie was, I mean, for it, I don't know how much they made to make the movie, but it looked pretty good, like visual wise.
I mean, it looked just like the show.
They had Netflix money, dude.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. It's like a blank check. Make
No.
this movie.
I mean, if they had to make a Kickstarter
For
for
some
it.
reason, we made this show popular again.
They had a naked dude fight.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. Right, yeah, what's the next question?
Can you read?
Yeah, I'm just, so I wrote him. I didn't write him as a question. They're just words on a piece of paper to remind me of the question. So I'm trying to like guess what. I wrote
That's
down.
a terrible
You're
idea.
bad at
It seems
taking
like
notes, dog.
What would you say? What would you say?
I want to look at what you've written down just
No,
to see
they're
what you mean.
No, they're actual questions.
Right on.
What would you say your favorite reality show is?
Why would you just write the
Catfish the
question
TV
down?
series.
What?
Wait, no, this is a good
Get
question.
over this.
What are the words you wrote down for wanting to say what's your favorite reality
No,
show?
just see how I got them jumbled up. It just fucking threw me off.
So it's fine. Catfish the TV series.
Do a then and now too, as well.
Okay, I
Was
used to be
there-
really into Teen Mom. Because I'm
Okay.
like, I never want this.
Yeah.
Right? And then Catfish the TV series, now like I watch that all the time.
See, that's one of Jerry watches Catfish.
What was the
a lot.
question?
What's your favorite reality TV shows then and now?
I don't have a now because I fucking hate reality
See,
TV show.
I'm just such a confusing person when it comes.
No,
to
you
this.
know what?
So
The Great British Bacon Show or whatever,
Oh, those
that
are
thing that
good.
Missy watches.
Those are good.
That show is so
it-
great.
it's so weird for me. Like I don't have I don't have a then reality TV show because I don't like reality
Viva La
reality
Bam.
TV either.
Ooh.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, that
Why?
Yeah,
That
because
doesn't
that's
count.
kind of
Because-
scripted.
Oh,
It's just like, that's like a fake. That might as well
Yeah.
be like The Office.
next
Yeah,
was
pretty much.
hilarious.
Next is pretty funny.
They get off the bus immediately. No, next.
I don't have a then because like I don't necessarily have a now either. But there's
You know what? Fear Factor.
Okay.
okay.
You keep interrupting.
Okay.
Chad, like every time.
I know he's trying to like just give his answer.
Seriously, fuck.
All right, go ahead.
Also, I would consider Fear Factor to be a game show, not a
Yeah,
reality
I
show.
Oh
wouldn't.
my god.
That was stupid. Viva La Bam was a better answer than Fear Factor.
Anyway, Joe Rogan was
fucking-
on Fear Factor.
Well, okay, Chad. Go on.
There's a body painting show called Face Off.
Oh shit!
That
No,
is
that's good.
Dope as fuck.
With
Good.
John Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
Ew, that'd be awful to see.
No, dude. It's a body painting contest. These amazing artists come in and they paint naked bodies.
That is a good
And
show.
some of the judges give them they're like, this is your topic for this week. You got to paint a underwater sea on this body, and it's awesome because some of the stuff that these people come up with, like there was one that I watched it with Jerry. Jerry's actually the one who got me into it. And like there's other things like Ink Master and shit. I like that stuff. But like the body painting thing was cool. I don't know. It's like seeing art come alive like that.
It's a good show.
I didn't hear a lot of what you just said because of what Brad just said. I just keep thinking like, I want to take his face off. This is all I can think of right now. Is just Nicolas Cage.
Crazy,
It's a good show.
Crazy Nick.
I
So
don't
you know what I'm talking about.
I really can't think, man. Reality shows are dumb.
Yeah, see, I don't like them either. And like this
No,
is what I was
like.
before
can't
I was
even
saying.
explain
I'm
it.
like it's confusing because like I won't go out of my way to watch a reality TV show, but like Jerry loves the fuck out of reality TV, and she watches it a lot. And if I walk by and I watch it over her shoulder, I'll watch it, but I criticize it the whole time. And
I
How
only watch
about
Catfish.
the only true reality TV show out there, Cops?
yeah.
What
dude.
about Live PD? That
Dude,
was so
I
good.
loved watching Cops, dude.
Live PD.
loved
is
it.
so good. First 48. That's not
Also, The Flavor of Love.
a flavor.
Pretty
Actually,
fucking great.
Honestly, all those shows.
Rock of Love
Rock
is
of
also
Love.
great.
They're scripted.
Yeah, they are, but
They're
it's
so
still
fucking
fucking great.
It's
Yes.
so cringy.
I really
So
like
Tequila
great.
Tequila. She
Yo,
had one.
Yeah,
I
remember
remember. I actually just
the
watched.
Osbournes, dude.
The
She's a
Osbournes.
Nazi.
She is. I was
Who's
gonna
a
say.
Nazi?
Tila Tequila.
Really?
I just
Yeah,
watched.
She like has like the uniform and shit, and does the fucking
Yeah,
salute on,
I just
on
watched-
YouTube and shit.
Retarded.
I just watched the video. It was the downfall of Tila Tequila, and like it had all her Nazi rant. Like she went off on like social media and Twitter saying Hitler wasn't a bad person, and shit like
Jesus.
that. Yeah, dude.
Hogan knows
And
best.
now that's fucking hilarious. Dog the Bounty Hunter, does that count?
I am the Dow. Yeah.
But like now she's like all Christian and shit, and she puts out like Christian YouTube videos and shit, and people still shun her, but like there's a big part of the Christian community that's like, oh,
she's just trying to find a thing.
yeah,
But it's just a terrible
That's a
judgment
And, like,
to have Nazism be the thing before Christianity.
You want to know the whole thing about the Tila Tequila show too? Is like there was a rumor that because like she was supposed to be bisexual, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then a few months after the show aired and a person won, like she came out as to be straight. Like she wasn't actually bisexual. She just did it for the money of the
She
TV show.
seems pretty retarded.
She is retarded.
So
is
like
very
this all
stupid.
makes
Pretty
sense.
stupid.
Brooke Hogan knows best was pretty good too.
I don't remember
No, it
that
wasn't.
one at
You
all.
see when Hogan and his marriage like tore apart and how her mom just like goes for a 19-year-old in that one.
That's wild. That's fucking wild.
Hey, he's
That was good.
19.
It was good. And then like Brooke being really upset and trying to make music.
She wasn't that good at
No.
that
No.
stuff.
No, dude.
Yeah.
I actually watched the downfall of her too.
yeah.
I went in a black hole with YouTube videos, and I watched a bunch of downfall videos and breakup videos, and I don't
Aw.
like breakup as in like stars like Drake and Josh, how they like
Wait, I
were
did
never
too.
friends and like
I just watched that today too. About
Really?
Drake and Josh and how like
Hmm.
fuck up. What the fuck? You were fucking stupid. Anyways, how they're saying that Josh like said that they weren't friends all this time, but they have like pictures out of them together like for Christmas and shit.
yeah.
And it's
all
like,
that.
why is he lying?
I don't know which one. Oh
Is
wait,
it's probably because Drake's about to
Yeah.
get accused of like sexual assault or
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like it was talking about how like Drake Bell is really unpopular in America, but in Mexico he's like an
Yeah.
icon.
And he made like Spanish music, and then Josh
I
wanted,
remember hearing about that.
and Josh wanted to start like a reboot of something and wanted Drake to be like a failing musician, and then all this weird shit. But Drake's like, no, I want to change some stuff, and Josh's like, no, all this weird shit about it.
Yeah, wild stuff. And I watched one about Gibby. Remember Gibby?
Yeah.
On was it iCarly?
Yeah, with the he's always shirtless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silly fucking kid.
Gibby.
Silly
Yeah.
bastard.
I have no idea what you're talking about. No fucking clue.
What-
I watched a couple episodes of that show too.
Really? He's on like every. He's like a chubby kid, and he just goes "Gibby" and like rubs
Yeah,
his
he's
stomach.
stupid
He's like
as
Chunk.
shit. What is one TV show that has been canceled that you would bring back? I said one, and then I remembered that it is coming back. It's in the works, but I said Futurama.
That's been canceled and came back like 3
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
I'm
This
like,
is probably
know.
the 4th fucking comeback.
it plays all the time. On
And another one I was thinking of was Aqua Teen, but that one's coming back too, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm more excited for that than the Futurama one.
I'm curious, because humor's a lot different now than what it used to be. I'm hoping they stick to their roots.
Medlocalypse.
That would be cool if that came back.
No. I just thought of a show
what is
that
happening?
could have been in a conversation earlier.
Okay,
That
let's
would be
go get a
awesome.
time machine and go back and talk about
That'd
that.
be awesome if they made a new season of Workaholics.
Yeah.
I love that fucking
that's a good
show,
show.
dude.
That deserves a new season.
I love that. That's like one of my favorite shows for sure.
I feel like if that one came back, it probably would be just like consistent with what it always was.
That's fine.
You
It's
know what I mean?
hilarious.
Yeah, no, I'm not being critical. I'm saying that's one like Futurama's one that if it comes back, I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna be as good as it was like back then.
Right.
You know, and I kind of wonder that about Aqua Teens too, but I feel like that's also one that could be pretty consistent with what it was. Like it could come back and still be pretty good. Pretty
Yeah,
funny.
because where else would you go with it? The characters are kind
I
of
mean, they're just gonna do what they're gonna do.
they're kind of already out there
Yeah.
and weird.
Such a good show.
I don't know if I have like a better answer than what you guys gave, but there is a show that, even though I don't know if I want it to come back now, but I think got canceled too early, and it was called Titus.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was a good fucking show for sure.
And like,
I remember that.
If you go back and rewatch it, it's still pretty good. Like, I hate that it has a laugh track. I've always hated laugh tracks, but it's still a pretty good show.
He's a fucking funny ass comedian too.
Yeah, his first special, the Norman Rockwell is Bleeding, I thought it's really fucking good.
I think that's the one I watched when I lived when Missy lived down in South Williamsport. I laughed my ass off the whole time.
Is there any place
So
we can
good.
stream that show?
It was on YouTube for a while. Not every episode, but you could find some episodes. I have season 3, I think, on DVD.
How many seasons are there?
I think 3 was it.
Oh, okay.
And I think it ended on a cliffhanger, too. Like, it never finished the series, and they canceled it.
That's shitty.
Sucky.
Yo, that would be a good one. For
But
sure.
I just don't know if I would want it to come back now. I know, like everybody else in the world, Titus has gotten real political.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to come back and just have it be a fucking Trump hate fest like every goddamn thing is now.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I don't want it to come back now, but I wish it had gone on for more than 3 seasons while it was still a thing. I think it still had a lot of potential.
What about? I'm curious to what you're gonna say.
Didn't she already say one?
No.
I thought you said one already.
Smallville. I'm kidding. I was just thinking of a really stupid superhero.
Smallville was one of those TV shows. When I clicked on the channel, I would skip it.
Yeah, this sucked. I was gonna say that 70s show, but honestly, it ended at like the perfect.
Hey, that 90s show is coming.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be terrible.
Yeah. So I don't have.
Remember
a show.
that 80s show?
Yeah.
That was so bad.
That got
Had the guy
canceled
from
quick.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
in
that
it.
got canceled pretty quick.
Yeah, I don't have a show for that.
Sucks to be you, nerd.
Like normally shows end either way after they should have.
Yeah, Eddie, I feel like
Well, there's a difference
Yeah, I feel
between
like-
ending and being canceled.
But yeah. Okay, that's valid.
I feel like
I
most
don't-
shows
I can-
go on for too long. At least the ones that I like tend to go on for longer than they should.
The Office is one of them.
Game of Thrones definitely went on longer than it should. Fucking
Still
Rescue
good.
Me.
Still good though.
What's his name?
yeah. I didn't like the last couple seasons.
Live
No?
PD. They canceled that because of all the rioting and stuff, and they need to bring it back.
I thought they did bring it back.
No.
Live PD because
Well,
of all
no,
the
cops.
rioting.
They canceled Cops and brought Cops back.
Oh.
They should bring back Dateline with Chris Hansen.
Did that get canceled or did
Yeah.
it? Oh, really?
Oh, you're talking about the Predator guy.
Yeah.
Because Dateline's still a thing.
With Chris Hansen, like his segment.
Yeah. Like, what was
To
that
Catch a
called? To Catch a
Predator,
Predator.
is
Yeah,
it?
that was what it was called.
Yeah.
So I say you're like, bring back Dateline. And I was like, Dateline
All right.
never went away.
Bring back Chris
I
Hansen
worked
to
Dateline one
Catch a
time.
Predator. What?
Yeah, they did a setup at the Clemens Center.
For real?
They did some interviews.
That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
met one of the fucking people. Like, I had to sit because they were interviewing the people that they were going to interview weren't there, so they asked me to sit in while they were doing the audio and camera adjustments.
Oh yeah, you
And-
post those pictures on Insta.
Yeah, and the fucking guy basically interviewed me about Elmira
Sick.
while they were just doing the audio and fucking video setup and shit.
That's awesome, dude. That's pretty sweet.
It was one of the big guys too, like one of the fucking guys that's always on TV doing the interviews and shit.
He was
I just don't know what his name is
He
because I
was
don't fucking watch
practicing,
Dateline.
practicing, man. Were you being
Yeah,
recorded?
he was practicing and they were adjusting the cameras and like lining up all the shots and shit.
Oh, okay.
And
So
the
they
lighting
weren't
and
like
all that.
recording or anything.
No,
Just-
no. They just had their monitors set up and they were fucking just making sure everything was all the lighting was good and all that shit.
What were they there for?
Apparently in Corning, some like young girl, like 17, 18-year-old girl, and her father killed her mother.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
That'll happen.
I don't know much about the story, but they used to dance at the Clemens Center, so they decided they were going to interview him there because they were going to interview one of her friends that she used to dance with. And they interviewed a state trooper.
Oh, wild! God damn!
So like,
Wait, so they're
What
like out of
happened?
jail and stuff?
like how did it? Like how did?
No,
they
they're
kill
in jail.
How did they kill?
They
their
didn't
mom?
interview them. They
Oh.
interviewed her friend and a state trooper.
Oh, okay.
But how did they kill their mom?
I don't know.
Or, like,
I
what
don't
from-
I don't know a lot about the story. I looked it up at the time because I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing this right now?" Like, they started. I could hear it because I was just sitting backstage. That was a job. Everybody had their own equipment. I was there contractually. They had to have somebody from the union there.
That's cool.
And I kept asking if they needed help, and they were like, "If we need you, we'll come find you." And I just like sat in a corner the whole time. And that was literally all I did. Every once in a while, they'd be like, "Hey, where can I pull power from?" And I'd point it out to them. And then they'd just ask me some technical questions about the building, and I'd just answer it.
And you got paid for it, dog.
Yeah, I got paid a lot of money for it because I'd already worked overtime. I was already up to overtime at that point.
Nice.
It was great. Pretty fucking cool. And, like, it was really cool watching them set up like a real. Because I helped them carry the shit in. And I just watched them, and they were just setting up a real television.
Yeah.
Like setup, camera setup, and shit. It's fun to watch.
Sick.
What's your favorite? Not this one. Favorite animated series?
South Park.
Then and now.
We can't use South Park.
SpongeBob.
Everybody's gonna say South
Everybody's
Park.
gonna. Yeah, it's
But, like-
it's definitely on everybody's
Then
list.
SpongeBob, now South Park.
Well, let's everybody agree that it's gonna
Okay.
be South Park.
SpongeBob,
Like-
Bob's Burgers.
So that's what
I
you're
mean, The
switching it up
Simpsons.
for. Okay.
The Simpsons, then for sure.
Yeah, that's mine too. Simpsons then.
Since
Bob's
I can't
Burgers
say
is so much
South
better.
Park,
And I was gonna say South Park for now as well, but if I can't say South Park, then I'll probably say. God damn it!
This is literally Bob's Burgers.
Family Guy.
What?
For the sake of not saying The Simpsons, Futurama. In fact, I probably like Futurama a lot better than The Simpsons back in the day. That was pretty fucking great. I used to watch it every day. I watched every episode of the original run of it.
See,
probably
that's-
many times.
That's how I was with The Simpsons. I went back and watched like all 1,000 or whatever episodes they have.
I don't really like
Many
Futurama,
times.
like,
Really?
at all.
it's because you don't get it. It's okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's only funny when I do it.
Yeah, I saw an interesting. Because did you watch The Simpsons?
Yeah.
I saw an interesting question. I don't remember. I think on Reddit. So what's a Can you name a Homer Simpson quote that isn't "dough" or "whoa"?
Dough.
Bart.
I said that
He
isn't
yells
that.
Bart's name a lot.
Wait, say that. Wait,
Can you
what?
Can you name a Homer Simpson quote that isn't "dough" or
okay.
"whoa"?
Bart.
The burp? That could be one.
Well, the first one that always like sticks in my head, and it's just a random one from a random episode. I couldn't even tell you what, and it's just "I'm gonna eat mayonnaise." It was like I just remember. I don't remember what it was about. Just know Marge said something to him, and he just goes, "Huh, I'm gonna eat mayonnaise," and he pulls a tub of mayonnaise out of the fridge, sticks his hand in it, and sticks his hand in his mouth,
Respect.
and walks out of the kitchen.
I think one of my favorite ones is, Lisa said something about going to help the homeless people at the homeless shelter, and Homer starts going on this rant like, "Who really cares about the homeless? Are you? Who's gonna give the homeless money? Nobody."
Simpsons is pretty funny.
I really like his philosophy on work. You don't quit your job. You just go to work and half-ass it because that's the American way.
Facts.
I kind of
Oh,
did that
man.
sometimes.
I wish I could remember the alcohol one he did at the end of the episode. He got up in the car and said, like, alcohol, the cure and cause of all of our problems.
Yeah, the alcohol, the cause and cure to all of life's
Yeah.
problems.
I got Hit and Run though on my PC, and it's great.
Is it great?
Yeah,
See, I've only ever played Road
Road
Rage.
Rage.
same thing. Just
Yeah.
not-
It's not, though. There's so much more to do in Hit and Run as far as, like,
But this
getting out of your
concept-
car and doing this
Yeah.
and that. You can't even get out of your car on Road Rage.
Oh
you
yeah,
just
there's a lot.
drive, pick people up, and drop them off.
Run stuff over if
I'll
you
say-
want.
My favorite animated show now is definitely Rick and Morty.
I was
okay.
gonna mention that.
That's a
Definitely
good-
Rick and Morty.
That's a really good one. I watch that shit quite a bit. I don't know why I didn't think about that.
What was the question?
Well, we've all already answered.
Yeah,
so it
okay.
doesn't really
There's
matter.
the
Okay.
animated series.
Okay.
Then in
I'm just-
Want to know?
I wasn't sure if we were still on that topic or not, and I'm just like, what?
You want to know what show got canceled? Rightfully so.
That was the last question.
I know, but no, it's
She
the
said
opposite.
rightfully so.
Oh, okay.
The Cleveland show. That show fucking sucked.
It was awful.
It
Yeah,
wasn't that good.
I wasn't really interested in that show.
And one of the roasts, Snoop Dogg said, like, as a black man, the Cleveland show sucked to, like, Seth. And I'm like,
Oh,
exactly.
because he hosted the roast of fucking.
He definitely
Donald
didn't
Trump.
write that joke.
What?
He definitely didn't write
Oh
that.
Yeah.
no, dude, Snoop don't write jokes.
No.
Shit.
Some white guy probably wrote that joke.
But still.
Those
facts,
people read off
sucked.
prompter when they're fucking.
Snoop Dogg probably doesn't even know who Cleveland
Yeah,
Brown
he's
is.
probably like the
Or
Cleveland
Seth
show.
MacFarlane.
But I don't know. It's
They probably literally had to show him a picture on the prompter. There's probably a picture and said, "Look at this guy."
That's, nah.
Even today, if you ask him, like, "Can you point out Seth MacFarlane to me?" and he'd probably be like, "No."
Cleveland show sucked is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Cleveland
Well,
show did suck.
we named quite a bit of animated series. Again, Metalocalypse and Aqua Teen are one of those. I still watched back then and now.
Regular
Still.
show on
Yo,
Cartoon Network. I've watched through that a million times.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
I've watched that plenty of times as well.
Good
But
show.
in my like early 20s is when, well, that came out and like, god damn, dude, I'm old.
Courage
Yeah,
the
dude.
Cowardly Dog. Another good.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, it was good.
Mr. Pickles, have you ever
Oh,
seen
yeah.
that?
Yeah. The dog, the black dog thing. Yeah, I love him.
All right, last question. Would you rather watch a TV series or a movie?
Series.
See, I was gonna say
1,000%.
a series too, because I feel like you get more information with a TV series. There's more suspense in TV series because there's going to be a next episode and blah blah blah. You get more content than just an hour or two.
I will say definitely a movie because although you're right, eventually a TV series always gives you too much.
Yeah,
Movies
feel you.
know when to end. Not every movie. Some movies definitely are way too long and should have stopped a long time ago. But every TV series that's good, except for Breaking Bad, that's the only show that ended when they should have ended. Every other one, it eventually just doesn't know when to end. It just goes too long.
And it gets shitty.
And it gets to be like a jumble fuck. Like the writers don't know what to do anymore. An example, like for me, a good example for that is like the last season of True Blood. The last few episodes were just a complete fucking mess. They were trash.
I think
Like
The
that-
Office went on too long.
There's the thing.
The
too,
Office did kind of go on.
There's a thing too when in that like era of television where there was, I believe, 2 solid years where the Writers Guild went on strike, and then a lot of TV shows you could definitely see suffered. I know Rescue Me didn't even release content for like a year and a half because of the Writers Guild strike, and then when it came back, it wasn't very good.
Oh. See, I don't know anything about that.
I think with The Office, like they like for a while they made sure it stuck to
Whoa.
like being in an office, and then towards the end they're like out of the office and they're doing like it's showing like their like what camera people are gonna actually.
They
go
also
that far.
kept on bringing. They just brought in people.
New characters.
let
People would
go.
leave.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the camera guys. I mean, early on, the cameras were just in the back of Michael's car when he hit Meredith.
That's true,
It's not. It's a fiction show. I mean, they can kind of just do whatever they want with the camera.
but there was a lot of like being far away from the office. Like the show's called The Office, and they stuck to The Office for a really long time to like the last couple seasons. And it's like, okay, like when Andy gets with Aaron and
Because you can only do so much in the office.
yeah, that's why they should have ended it. Like once Michael left.
That's That's
Yeah.
what I was saying.
Well,
That's
once
why,
one of your biggest characters
why I would
leaves,
pick a
you
movie.
can't continue, man. I mean, that's when that 70s show started going downhill.
I
When
absolutely
Eric left.
agree. So
they call it jumping the shark. Like at a certain point, a TV show like jumps the shark. They call it that because in I suppose it was in the 70s, Happy Days. Like at a certain point, they just had Fonzie jump a shark on water skis.
Yeah.
And that was like their big thing. It was like a 2-part episode. And then after that, it just went, every episode sucked.
Oh.
So now like it's kind of the thing in TV, they call that jumping the shark when a show, usually that's when it happens, is when a main character leaves. And then after that, it just, everything goes downhill.
It's crazy how that works, because it happens a lot.
That's why that's why I picked movies. That's why I got movies down for that question. Because
there's
movies can't jump the shark. They end when they need to fucking end.
Yeah, I'd like movies better.
Jared and I watched this show called The Magicians, and that was
I watched that with Missy.
It's the same scenario. After what's his face dies, it just kind of shitty. Like it gets too crazy with things.
Can you think of a show that had a character switch that made it better?
That's a really good question, dude.
I can think of, Game of Thrones switched characters all the time that weren't main characters, but they switched actors, and it's not, I wouldn't say that the actor change made it better, but it didn't really affect it any.
So that's kind of different. At least it's not dying or anything.
But it's also, like I said, not main characters. They never really, I think there was 1 or 2 they might have done.
Did they make somewhat
characters.
of an impact on the show at all?
I would say not particularly. The characters or the
characters,
switch?
yeah.
The character, yeah, they were important characters. Like,
Did the character switch impact the TV show at all?
No. I would say no. There was one point, one of them, where you're just kind of like, wait, who is that guy? And I feel like the only reason, at least for me, the only reason why I was asking, like, wondering who the fuck is that guy is because it was a different actor.
Who?
So it's different actor playing the character.
The guy who is with Daenerys, like the one that she wants to marry. I can't think of his fucking name right now. I just keep thinking of Davos, but that's not it. Not the old guy that's in love with Daenerys, the young guy that Daenerys is in love with.
Oh man!
But when he first shows up, and that's the thing, it happens between seasons. So when it comes back, it almost just looks like some other guy is just advising her now. Like it's just okay. Here's another guy.
See, I haven't even noticed. So
because when he shows up, it's a weird change. And then they changed the mountain like 3 times.
I knew that.
The mountain was played by like 3 different characters, but they always made sure to mention that that's the mountain over there, you know? So it doesn't really, and he's such a minor character, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
On Trailer Park Boys, Trevor quits because they started treating him like a dog, essentially. And then they bring in a new character that it isn't supposed to be Trevor, but it like takes his place.
They both quit?
Jacob.
No,
Corey still kind of stays. But
I mean, there's like a
I think they both quit, and then
there's a season
Corey
that
came back then. But then Jacob comes, and he kind of like improved. Like he wasn't bad. It didn't make it worse by any means.
That's one show that I watched that made me really think: is that really who they are? Like, are we just literally? I know they're saying
do they
this is
actually
fiction,
live
but is
in this
this
trailer
really
park?
what they're fucking? Is this? This feels like it's real.
Well,
you
they
know?
switch trailer parks like every season. It's always a new trailer park.
Yeah, I know. Towards the end of it, there it was like a nice.
Yeah. But yeah, they always switch locations. But
I was gonna say it's always Sunnyvale though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like the trailer park they use for
filming.
Yeah, is different.
Man, how do they do? They just go in a trailer park, say, "Hey, we'll give you a bunch of money if we can." Maybe
They probably
trash a couple.
They
of
probably
these,
just
or
bought the trailer park, and everybody's just actors and actresses.
kicked everybody out of
the
their
trailer
homes.
park was the set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it's
rich
very
people
much,
do that,
yeah.
or it could have been like an abandoned. Something.
Yeah, that's
Or they could have
possible,
just bought
too.
land and just put some trailers on
Bought
it.
cheap ass trailers.
Because they're not nice trailers.
You just said they're
They
switching
usually
locations,
rent
though.
That's
rent
true.
those
It is always
locations.
different.
They don't usually buy like
didn't think so.
movie fucking production companies don't usually buy places like that. They'll just rent them out.
You could just tell, like, every few seasons, the layout of trailers and stuff is always different. Like, they always switch up.
And it doesn't really matter because they're just
Love
gonna
it.
fuck the place up
Yeah.
anyway.
Love the show.
Make it look like trash.
There was a change, though, that really upset me as a child. Have y'all ever watched Halloween Town?
No.
No.
Those are movies.
I know. But the last one, they switched the main character, Marnie, and it ruined, like, everything.
Was it the same Marnie from the movie?
What?
Wait, is this a TV show?
No, this is a movie. I'm talking about movies, but, like, it's a series, like 4. And it was, like, Marnie the same, the first 3, and then the 4th one was a different bitch. And then it ruined everything.
Yeah, I only watched the first one, I think.
Oh, they're all good. But it pissed me off when they switched. Don't do that.
Used to have a crush on Marnie.
Is this a cartoon?
No.
Oh.
It's a movie. It's a Disney movie.
It's the first thing I watched on Disney Plus. Halloween Town.
Halloween Town.
I would have watched Brink.
I watched Halloween Town.
Actually, that's not true. I watched superhero shit when I got Disney Plus.
And Aladdin. I watched Aladdin too, right
The
away.
Simpsons was the first thing I watched when I got Disney Plus. I like binged The Simpsons for like months.
Yeah, same. But then it was superhero stuff. Jerry and I went back and watched all of them in order, and then all the TV shows.
That's gay.
It was a long time.
Get into it, bruh.
Did you just hear what he last said?
It
was a long time.
I think they're just putting out too many TV shows now.
Yeah, they are.
Just too many.
Shit,
There's
dude.
like She-Hulk.
Dude. We got so many coming out now.
It's ridiculous.
Like I was into it at first, but now it's too much.
We just had Moon Knight. Like Moon Knight was pretty good though.
See, that's one I didn't watch. It's just I stopped after Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I was like, man, Hawkeye came out, and I was just like, man, I'm just checking out. Miss Marvel, I think, is out now.
Yep.
That's a bad one, apparently. Not a lot of people like it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
What's the thing I saw? It was like a Captain America, but a girl. And it was like...
That's the What If series.
I saw like
cartoon?
a preview.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a cartoon.
It wasn't a cartoon?
No, it was a real girl. And she's supposed to be like Miss America. And it was Marvel. She's wearing yellow.
Is it new?
Is it Ms. Marvel?
Miss Marvel.
Is it
Yeah.
new?
What is that?
It just came out.
Miss Marvel. It's
It's Miss
literally
Marvel.
what we were just talking about.
She's like a
Oh.
kid. She's like a kid superhero who can stretch.
Well,
and
I saw that and I'm like,
make
oh,
her
this is
hands
gay.
big and shit.
She's also like the only. Isn't she like Pakistani or Indian?
Yes.
She's like Middle Eastern. She's like the only Middle Eastern superhero.
I just saw it. Preview the other day. I'm like, stupid.
I commented on the thing and I was like, comicbook.com
She's the
made
main
a post.
character in fucking
The little girl.
the game, right? The
Yeah.
Avengers game?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure I was thinking the same person.
Yep. Same person.
Hmm.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
It's
dude.
all post. You
You don't have to
commented.
apologize. It's just because Brad interrupted you.
Yeah.
I saw
You've
it.
been interrupting me all night.
You commented on comic book something.
Oh yeah, I made I commented on a post about Miss Marvel, and I was like, "There's so many great superheroes, but you give us this," and I got a bunch of hate comments.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What? Why? What's wrong with Miss Marvel?
I don't know. I don't think she's interesting.
It's just like stretchy.
We just have and
Watch
like
We already have
it-
freaking.
my whole thing is just the fact that we have so many more better superheroes.
I would take
than her.
I would take Miss Marvel over She-Hulk.
See,
I'll say
would.
that.
I want a TV series of like
I don't want either. I want like an X-Men TV series or
I like
something.
X-Men.
that would be cool.
Yeah, I would take an X-Men TV series over all of them. Just one X-Men TV series over the last.
It can
3
even
Marvel shows.
even be just about one of the X-Men.
Dude,
I just
speaking,
want a mutant X-Men
speaking
thing
of
going on.
X-Men, I finally watched Logan. That movie is fucking fantastic.
Sad.
It is sad. It is very sad.
That's one I kind of want to see.
It's
really good.
Oh, it's really good. And like
R-rated.
the fact,
Dark as fuck.
I wish all superhero movies were R-rated. I wish.
I wouldn't say all of them, but there's a lot of them that I wish would be.
I just feel like they would be
I wish
so
the
much
new
better.
Batman movie was R-rated. It
I
would have
fe-
been
I
1,000
just-
times better if it was R-rated.
I feel like it'd be so much better if the superheroes could just, if there could
Fuck
be
shit
blood, if there could be blood, and they could actually fuck,
But
like
that's
say
not-
fuck and shit, like be.
I thought you were talking about
No,
superhero
no, no,
sex
no, no, no,
scenes.
no.
I wish all the
no, no.
superhero could like fuck.
Yeah.
Huge Marvel orgy or something.
Yeah.
No, the
hilarious.
comic book sex is weird because
He wants to see Hulk fuck Black Widow. That's what he wants to see.
It's usually rape in comic books, so it'd be uncomfortable.
Yeah, probably not.
There's
good
a
idea.
lot. There's a lot of weird shit. Like Joker's raped Harley Quinn. Some weird dark shit.
I mean, her whole thing is, but like their whole thing is him gaslighting her, right?
Yeah, basic. Yeah.
And it's just an abusive relationship.
Yep. She's a piece of dirt, and he's a king.
But apparently
Amen.
it's cool to want that kind of relationship, right? You know,
I couldn't tell if you were talking
posting
about like what
it.
their relationship is based on,
Yeah,
or your
so
actual
confused.
feelings.
No.
You're just like, yeah, she's actually a piece of shit.
And he's a king. Yeah. So no Marvel sex. That's good. I agree.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
I don't mind that the Marvel movies are PG-13, but there's definitely some movies that should be R-rated.
Like Deadpool.
So
Mm.
apparently,
Which it is, though.
Apparently-
And it fucking
Perfect.
worked out.
apparently, Deadpool 3 is gonna stay rated R as well.
It better. Like, fuck you, Disney, if you make that a PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
They need to just start their own fucking production company that's not Disney and just make their own fucking R-rated shit.
Yeah,
They're already
right.
taking over everything. Don't fucking vanilla up everything. Like,
Yeah,
let's
that
get
was-
some R-rated shit. If you're gonna be the monopoly, let's get some real shit out there.
Yeah, don't be a bitch. Give us R-rated movies with blood. I just like blood and guts. The way people die in some of these movies.
I mean, if they're gonna make Blade, you can't make a fucking PG-13 Blade. Fuck
Yeah.
that. Like, I want
Yeah.
R-rated. I want to see him
Yeah.
chopping motherfuckers' heads off and fucking blood and guts and fucking. I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see Blade fuck.
I don't know what Blade is, so that's not that funny to me. But yeah.
He's a half vampire, half human who hunts vampires.
Oh shit.
He has all their strengths and none of their weaknesses.
yeah.
Shit.
You've never seen
Also,
Blade
he's
with
Wesley Snipes.
There's another
Guys,
good moment.
keep
Bro.
going.
Are you
I'm
guys-
taking your spot, bro.
It's because
We're gonna leave you with the dust,
movies.
dog.
All right, but if you're taking my life, I get this house.
Wow.
Your house is all right. I get your son.
Yeah. You don't like kids though, so good luck, Leo.
He's got a mom.
Yeah, but Cody's gonna be there. So.
Yeah, I think I get Missy too.
Okay.
I didn't want to bring that up. I didn't want to make it too weird. That's why I said I'd just take his son.
I don't know if that's better.
The cheeks hurt.
She pays for everything, dude. It's great.
Same, dude. Same.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I'm an
Yeah, you're
independent
right.
working
You're right.
woman
yeah.
right now.
Word, dude.
You're strong and independent.
All right, guys, you want to call it?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. This has been Everybody Podcast. Thanks for watching and checking us out. Go like our Instagram, Everybody Podcast. You can find it pretty simple. You can find me, ChattyDub420, Instagram, TikTok as well. I'm on Twitter, but I'll give you that later.
Mr. Greenbud 4_20. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok.
I don't really want to give out KJC_247 on IG, but don't look me up. 'Cause I don't want to be part of this on my social media.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening.
Peace.
Peace.